That's nice, though. Stay here. That's nice. Hello, hello, hello. Let me go ahead and share. So you can go ahead and share. It's gonna be on my page. It's, I'm just about to share. You can share from Audacious, but I just shared to Audacious now. But you can share from my own personal page. Yeah. Oh yes. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I'm glad to see you. Please go ahead and share. If you want me to say hello again, please go ahead and share. We have wonderful guests today, and I know somebody will be blessed. Good afternoon, Pastor Shalewa, Pastor Oluwabamide, Auntie Dami, good afternoon. Bumi, good afternoon. Fumi Beula, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. Please go ahead and share. I'm not going to start if I don't see 100 shares at least. Minimum. Go ahead and share. And start a party on your page. You can start a party so your friends can actually see it live. Um, What's this thing showing this? I understand. Please go ahead and share. Help us share. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, please share. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm trying to share. Yes, I'm trying to share. Okay, I'm so sorry. Good afternoon, everyone, and this is the Intimate Issues with Dr. O. Um, we continue with our theme, Audacious Women of Purpose, and today's title, as you can see, is Widowhood. And I have with me two great women of purpose. They are both widows. So I want you to hear from them. They're going to share from their experience as Nigerian, this thing. I just want you to hear directly from them. Don. Please, if you're logging in, just go ahead and share. Please, I want you to share this video. I want you to share this video. Somebody here will be blessed today. Please, you don't know who might need to hear what we're going to say. So please, this is very important for you to share this video for me. Thank you. And if you have questions, go ahead and send your questions to my, I'm going to go in between my messenger and my WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you. All right. Let me bring my guest. And Sister Stella.
Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad that thank you so much for honoring. Since your voice is, you said my voice. Why is my voice breaking? Okay, if you can hear me properly, can you please? I don't know what is wrong with the audio this afternoon. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I cannot figure it out. Can you hear me? Please say
Yes,
something.
I can. I can.
And,
I can hear you.
okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, Sister Bumi, can you see me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all right, I don't know. Okay, Auntie Dami, am I still cracking?
Not really.
Okay, Auntie Dami, okay, let me just play this.
Speak. When you speak, it's
Let
cracking.
me play that for you.
You just need to do it right. Sex is God's special gift for every married couple. Yet, not many marriages are enjoying its pleasures and possibilities because of wrong attitudes, beliefs.
Okay, I'm just trying to see what is making noise, and it's not that. So, can you please let me know, Auntie Dami, am I still cracking before I continue, please? I can hear that sound too, but
It's
I
still
don't know.
cracking.
It's still cracking.
Yes.
Uh, can you hear me at all? It's cracking. Somebody say something, please. I've wasted. Sorry. Can you still hear me?
No,
Hear me at all? They're not talking.
I can hear you, Doc.
Mm-hmm. But it's
But
cracking.
but it's cracking. Yes.
Okay, still cracking. Still cracking. Still cracking. I don't know
All
what
right.
to do right now. I don't want to switch streaming. Just me now switch to another station channel. But I don't want to do that right now. So, okay, hey, let's go ahead. Today, we're treating a very, very interesting one. We're treating at the journey of money, spouses, family, and as well after money. You know, I really, really sincerely want the noise, right?
Yeah, the noise. I can't really hear you.
I can't really hear you.
Hear me, okay.
Is it possible? Is it possible to move from many angles to
Um,
turn off audio?
is your phone on? My phone is on. My phone is always on when I'm online. I mean, my phone is not my phone. It's Sister Stella, not me.
Okay.
That's her. That's her. Auntie Dami, how is it now? It's not my phone. My phone is always on anyway. You know, people will know I'm amateur when it comes to technology. That's fine. It's Sister Stella. So I'm just going to go ahead with you and see if she can come back without the noise. So good afternoon, everyone. I am so, so sorry. How is your weather? Mine is, well, is the sun is going down a little bit, but it's still sunny out there. It's a very, very beautiful day here in Bethlehem, Georgia. And I hope that you're all doing okay from wherever you are. Sister Bumi is joining me from UK. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's going to be night over there, right? So how are
No,
you doing
it's
today?
night. It's night, but we're still having daylight
Daylight,
because
yes,
it's
it's
summer.
summertime.
Yes.
It's summertime. So today I'm supposed to have two guests. Sister Stella will probably come back. That was our connection that was making noise. So I wanted to be sure about that, that you can all hear me. So thank you for joining us. And I'm so sorry that we're late and for this technical whatever that is going on. So this is Sister Bumi. our first guest. She's a BSc in mechanical engineering holder from Ondo State University. Mechanical engineering, well, you are a powerful woman. When women do, when women do what men are supposed to do, like we think in Africa, you are very, very powerful. Sister
Thank you.
Stella, so I'm just going to keep you right there where I'm the only one that can see you for now. So I think that was your connection. So I'll bring you when I'm ready. Yes, so it may be something that is making noise there. So thank you. So she's back, but I'll let her sit down in the lobby for now. So she's a registered member of the current body in Nigeria and in an MSc in information technology. So you're just looking at me struggling. You should say, let me help you fix it from there now. In information technology from prestigious University of Greenwich in London. Wow, she went further to buy another MSc in social works from London Metropolitan University, also in London. Okay, I think I'm seeing my match today. When you all become, what are you still doing in school? See all this degree, or you will not see that now. If it's me, now I'll be, Dr.O, is it only you that can read? Eh? Anyway, she's a social worker registered with the HPHP in London. You are so welcome. You are so welcome, Sister Bumi. She was married to Dr. Olusegun Emmanuel Afolabi. Wow. And currently she is working as a social worker in London, supporting children and families that have mental health issues. That's a big deal. You're going to come back. We're going to talk about that. A lot of people have been sending me messages that we need to talk about mental health. So you're coming back so we can talk about that. And since you're in London, I think mostly the messages are from London. I don't know whatever that is, but we'll talk about that. So I'll see when we can do that. It is very, very important, especially with this COVID thing going on now. People are going cuckoo. So thank you. Everybody welcome my guest. Please show some love. Show some love, show some love, show some love. Sister Bumi, this is a very, very sensitive topic to talk about. There are certain topics that people don't want to talk about, especially we Africans. But I think it is very, very important for me because I have this new assignment to be taking care of widows. And I'm like, why would God give me that assignment? He knows. And my admin, I knew her like a couple of years ago, Auntie Dami. I call her Auntie Dami. I mean, she's my. I knew her because I had a program at that time for widows, and we've clicked together since that time, you know. So this is a very, very personal thing for me to do today. So thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thank you also for having us.
Thank you. Okay. Sister Stella is still there. So when I want to bring her in, I'll bring her in. Can you just tell us briefly? Let me see. I have some questions already. People just been sending me questions. So as much as I don't want to bring back painful memories, but every success story has a foundation because I know you have a group for widows. So something must have motivated you to start that group. So if you don't, whatever question I ask you, if you don't feel comfortable to respond or share, just tell me, Dr. I don't want to go there, and I will just shut my mouth. Okay. So I mean, people go to bed and wake up, you just realize, oh, he's dead, she's dead. You know, things happen, and it is one day, one moment that things happen like that. So can you please, I mean, without bringing back painful memories for you, can you tell us, boom, how it happened and when?
Yes, thank you so much. My hobby happened to have cancer, and it's a peculiar cancer that doesn't have a cure. They call it bucket pneumonia. It has to do with the white blood cells, and it's an aggressive cancer.
Wow.
He was diagnosed. He went to the hospital himself, drove himself to the hospital just because he had some pains in the leg. And
Wow.
he woke up in the morning, he couldn't walk. And from there, he was admitted, and that's how we started. 3.5 weeks later, he was gone.
Jesus.
So it wasn't a long illness. It was just a brief one for 3.5 weeks. Nobody was expecting he's going to pass away. But the doctor has already told us that even if he should come out of it, in the next 6 months, he will be back in the hospital.
Wow.
So
Okay.
he's
What, because I mean, somebody is going to learn from this. Well, I went out with my friend earlier today, and we're just talking about health issues, how people just wake up and how we don't take care of ourselves as human beings, especially Black people. When it comes to wellness, we lack in that area. Nothing to, I mean, just woke up one day, went to the hospital. It's not like he was sick or anything.
yes.
Or been having anything that could say, okay, I have headache today, I have headache tomorrow. Nothing.
No, what happened was he felt pains in his leg like 3 days before he went to the hospital.
Yes.
And when we were discussing, I told him to take ibuprofen because normally he doesn't like taking medication. So I said, take ibuprofen. Let's see how it goes. So the next day, he said he's still feeling the pain in that leg. But the third day, he just woke up and he felt that there's a small swelling at the ankle and he couldn't really walk well. So that's why I said he should go to the hospital. It was on his left leg. Since he's using the right one to match the turtle and everything, the brake. So he decided to take himself to the hospital. And when he got there, they checked it and they did x-ray. When they did x-ray, they said they found blood clots around the leg. And they gave him a thinning medication to dissolve the blood clot. By the time they gave him that, within 10 minutes, blood was coming out from his nose, from his mouth. So they have to stop the thinning medication and not took him for MRI scan on the leg. And by the time they took him for MRI scan, they found that there's some lumps in his hips, which was, it's not something that's been there for long. Because even after 2 weeks, they did the operation, removed the lumps. Immediately they are removing it, another one was forming. So it was like the white blood cell was multiplying rapidly.
Jesus.
And as it's multiplying rapidly, it was focusing on a place, joining together, forming lumps. And it was that lumps that is stopping all the circulation of the blood that is causing the blood clots.
Wow.
And it's not a common illness. It's not a common cancer among Black people. That's why I learned about it, because when the thing happened because of my child, I went to do research on it. And luckily, my dad is a professor of medicine. Wow. And my dad has done a research on that type of cancer. So even when my husband had it and they learned, because I come from a family of medical doctors, my brothers, all of them are medical doctors, they already know he's going to pass away anyway.
Wow.
But, yeah, nobody told me. The only thing they would just be telling me is, let us pray by faith. And they called my mom and said, let's have faith, so if he's going to be okay, because they knew what was wrong with him. And it was after my dad told me that that kind of cancer is not common among Black people. It's common among the South Americans and the Asians.
Wow.
But it's very aggressive. And they said it starts with an infection. So anybody can have that single infection. Any infection, it's just like your system. When you have an infection, and before the twinkle of an eye, like you have any infection, it can lead to anything.
Anything, yes.
So it's now affected the infection.
What you just said, I deal with herbs. What you just said, I tell people, infection can just mess your whole life up.
Yes.
Just tiny infection can just tabaru everything in the system.
Yes. And that was what happened to him. It was that infection that now leads to the white blood cell misbehaving.
Wow.
And once it starts misbehaving, the person will develop bucket leukemia. And is very aggressive.
Wow. 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 Let me see. Okay. Where's Sister Stella? Sister Stella, can you still hear me? So she can answer the same question. She's showing black. Wow. Okay, that was a very, very shocking period. I mean, I can imagine, it just happened like that, the running around and everything, and eventually he was dead. So what was the first step you took? Did he die in London or Nigeria?
No, well, my husband got a job in Botswana. He was a lecturer. And the
Whoa.
funniest thing about this thing was, this is the hardest part of it. He went to Botswana. It was then that our life was picking up in
Oh Lord.
2016. Just earned his second PhD. He had the first PhD in America. He just got a second PhD.
So it was time to relax and enjoy
I'm
life.
telling
Whoa.
you, my time is be going to school. My husband happened to be a well-read person. He has 3
Yeah, I
masters
can see
and
it
2
now. You
PhD.
even your husband is gone now. You have all these masters and masters and masters. I'm like, are they gonna?
So it was a time that we think everything is going to boom, that we're going to
Oh
enjoy
Lord.
our life. That was when the
Yes.
thing happened. So he
Wow.
was actually lecturing in a university in Botswana. He left UK,
Wow.
got a job in Botswana, and he was a lecturer there. He has been there because he did the second PhD in Botswana. So he was there doing the PhD and working. And that was when the thing happened. So it's not,
So you were
it
not
happened
there.
there.
You were
I
not
was
there.
not there. That is
Oh Lord.
the hardest part of it. That's why I said the
There
hardest
was
part of it was I
no
was in
time. There
London.
was no goodbye. There was
There
no
was nothing. Because when I said I'm coming, maybe he has already knew that he's going to pass away.
because
When
it's
I said, let me buy ticket, he said, no. When I get over it, when they discharge me, I'm just going to come to London. There's no
oh
point in
Lord.
you coming down and coming back again, that he needs to rest. That's what he was just telling me. And every time I'm crying, doing this, saying people should call him, he will tell me, tell Bumi that it's going to be okay.
Wow.
Sometimes they tell people that they are going to die. The doctor will surely tell you.
Of
But some
course,
of them don't want to
they
tell their
will.
loved ones. They don't
Mm.
want to tell their loved ones. So it's just happened like that. Even he died on a Wednesday morning.
Whoa.
And I had a party in my house in London for my niece, a graduation party on Tuesday night. I still spoke to him. Everybody. We spoke to him, my child, everybody. And we were not even thinking he's going to pass away.
Wow.
So that is the other part of it. There was no goodbye.
Wow. When was this?
October 19, 2016, the date I will never forget in my life.
4 years.
Yes.
Wow. Sister Stella, let me bring you. Let's see if this thing will not mess up. Hello, Sister Stella.
Hello, good evening. Oh,
Okay, we're
good
gonna manage
afternoon.
the connection like that. This is Sister Stella everyone. She is my second guest for today. Um, graduate of mathematics. See all the ones that are blocked here. She's a graduate of mathematics. She's an educator, a PGD in education from Lagos State University, a content creator. She's a motivational speaker with years of experience. President of St. Monica Apostolate Widows and Widowers Forum of Christ the King Catholic Agbara. She is also the CEO of SSGV, Sue Sims Global Ventures Cleaners, mother of 3 beautiful children. Welcome, Sister Stella and Yah Edina. Hello, just show some love. So,
Thank
what is the connection going to be very, very fast? Can you tell us? Someone just told us our experience, because sometimes people are sick and you already know, like, you know what, they probably will not be able to make it.
you. Yeah.
And some people just wake up one day like, okay, she's dead. How she did not wake up, or somebody just went out and had an accident. Death can come in any way or any form. What was your own experience with your husband?
Yeah. Unfortunately, mine was a tragic end.
Wow.
Just left for work and that was the end. The next I heard was in short, I don't really want to say much, but
No, you don't
I
have
only
to. I know
let,
this
let,
is painful, but whatever you
let,
don't want to say, you don't want have to.
yes, let me say a little bit of it. I was at home and the phone just beeped because we have a two-way radio. Once it's closer to the house, it will just call us. We'll rush out to open the gate. So the radio just beeped. And I tried calling him back. It was not connecting. I tried calling his phone. Somebody picked it up and said, "Your husband don't die." No, you didn't say sorry. You didn't say your husband don't die. It was like you didn't say you go see him again and
Oh
ended the.
Lord.
I was like, what is happening? It was around 8:30. I was like, and we have dogs, and those dogs are so close to him. The way they were kind of barking, I was
Mm.
I said my niece, go to the gate. Probably our daddy is at the gate. Go and open the gate. She went there, came back and said, there's nobody at the gate. I said, but these dogs, that is how they always bark when he's at
When
the
it's at
gate.
the gate. Whoa.
And she went there, came back the three times. I said, there's nobody at the gate. I was like, what could be the problem? I said, okay. And unfortunately, my father-in-law was with me then. So I now said, okay. I became worried. I went and called my father-in-law. Then it was after 9. I went and called my father-in-law. I said, it's unusual for my husband not to be back and not call me. And for the fact that the radio beeped, that I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, something is not, it's not
Right.
set, it's not right here. He now said, okay. I said, could it be that something happened? Oh, yeah, let's go outside. Let's just, as in, stroll around and see. Maybe
Hmm.
his car got spoiled somewhere and he's trying to reach me and it's not connecting. So when we were walking out and we got to a place, they said, there was a robbery incident. I was like,
Gee.
what? I said, okay, it's not my portion. Nobody wants
Hmm.
the husband to die.
Of
I said, it's not
course.
my
Of
portion.
course.
So we continued walking, but when we got to a place, we saw policemen. I was like, the way I acted, they were like, what happened? I said, I don't know that the way the person that picked my husband's call spoke, that I don't know what is the problem. So we are just out searching for him. Probably the car broke down and robbers collected his phone. I was just, we were just saying we are not too sure what happened. Then we walked and walked and walked on getting to the place where they said the robbery incident happened. So we asked people, they said they described his car. I said,
Hmm.
no, it's not one. They described the person sitting there. I said, he's not the one. And I asked them, okay, where is the person? They said, well, that the person passed on, but they were calling, when the person was still alive, that they were calling policemen by the junction to rush the guy to the hospital. But the policemen did not come
Hmm.
because the robbers went to one estate by that side to rob. So after robbing, they were looking for a getaway vehicle.
Oh Lord.
Immediately, it was his own vehicle that was at the front waiting for the
Oh
traffic to clear.
Jesus.
So they just shot him, dragged him out of the vehicle, and ran away with the vehicle.
Oh.
So they now asked us to go back to the hospital where they took the person to. On getting there, we saw the policemen still there, the
Mm-hmm.
ones we met on our way there.
Yes.
So on getting there, they asked us what's the cloth he was putting on, blah blah blah. They
Mm-hmm.
asked us questions. Then they now said, okay, we should follow them um to the police station. I was like, why should I follow you to the police station? He said, actually, it was your husband that was shot, but
Wow. The policeman said that.
they've taken him to the hospital. I said, okay.
Very heartless people.
Okay. That means we have to go there to see him. They said, no, we should go with them to the police station.
Hmm.
But I should try and contact one or two close friends. Then it was almost 10:30. I said, okay. So I had to call his very good friend that stays around too. He now said, okay, I told him the police station they were taking us to. So he now came and met us there. They took him in. Before he could get there, it was around after 11 to 12.
Hmm.
They took him in, told him that the guy passed on, but they didn't tell me.
Wow.
Anyway, to cut the long story short, it was the following day that I was told. We went to the hospital because I was still insisting that I must go to the hospital if they are going to do surgery, at least I must run round and see what
Mm-hmm.
was happening. But on getting there, they had to break the news that, well, he has gone, that there was nothing they could do. And
Wow.
that was I became a widow. That
Wow.
was October 21st, 2008.
Wow.
It will be 12 years this year.
12 years. Wow.
Yes.
12 years. How has
Yes.
it been? Let me just ask, how has 12 years without him been? You did not remarry. Both of you are still single. You didn't
Very,
remarry.
very single. Very, very single.
We're coming to
Single,
that.
single, sashing.
Okay, I'm glad to hear. I mean, seriously, because that's one of the that's one of the things that we need to address, when you lose a partner. How do you move on? A lot of people cannot move on. I have a case now. It's been 4 years that she lost her husband. She has 3 kids. This, I mean, at first I thought that was a spiritual attack, but I mean, I prayed about it and God said it's not spiritual attack, because she's in a psychiatric hospital as I'm talking to you. She just
Wow.
can't get over it. And I'm like, what kind of love is this? Yes, it is love. So, and one of the things, stages of grief, stages
Yeah.
of grief, the denial, like, no, 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 that cannot be my husband. No, that cannot
Yeah.
be my child. The denial, the shock, so from that moment that you were told, like, he is dead, that's like life stopping or changing
Yes.
from that moment. I know
Coming.
some people are here. At least I know 2 people here that I know they are widows. Sister Ronke is there. Fumi Beola is there. Those 2 people I know they are widows. Sister Ronke just lost her husband. I think it was last year. For me,
Wow.
for me, I know the husband. We all grew up together. So how do you move on? And I know for me too. I told her, like, are you not going to get married? So we're going to get to that point, because the way we
Okay.
look at widows in Nigeria or Africa as a whole, it's like, okay, she's the witch that killed her husband. I'm telling you sincerely, I really, really want us to talk deeply into this. I know we don't have that much time, and I would not waste your time. So we're going to take it one step at a time. Grief is
Okay.
intense emotional suffering caused by a loss, the loss of a spouse. I could still feel it while you were talking, like it is still fresh in your memory. So,
Yeah.
how has it been? So heartbreaking. Yeah, somebody says so heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking, the loss of anyone, either a spouse, especially a spouse. Sister Booming, let me start with you. How has it been? Your own is still
Like,
like very, very, I mean, 4 years is 4 years, but how has it been in 4 years?
like, I study psychology
Okay.
as virtue of my job as a social worker. In
Mm-hmm.
psychology, they said the greatest, the greatest loss that anybody could ever experience, the greatest grief, is loss of a spouse. So
Yes.
for psychology to qualify it as the number
The
one, it
greatest,
means
yeah, it's deep.
there's something attached to it. And the reason why it's qualified like that is because your spouse is the person you sleep together,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
plan together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a part of you is cut into half.
Yeah.
One part is dead, the other part is still alive. So it's
Yeah.
not an easy thing to get over. I will
Mm-mm.
not deceive you. I keep telling people, virtually because I speak to a lot of widows, and I keep telling them, it's not a wound that heals. When
Mm-hmm.
you hear that time heals wounds,
It doesn't
the
heal it
wounds of widowhood, no time heals it.
at
Because
all.
even in the next 30 years, you have
Yeah.
children, they will get married.
Yeah.
On
They'll
the day
leave.
of their marriage, no
You'll see.
father, no mother is another wound opening for you.
Mm-hmm.
Any
Yeah.
day that there's an achievement in the family, you
Yeah. Every
remember
step.
your loss.
Yeah.
Every step you take in life, you remember. Even,
Yeah.
sometimes when this COVID started and things were so difficult for me,
Mm.
because the way COVID was loss of earning. At least I was still working as a social worker, but the earning was not like before. And I need
Mm.
to take care of some bills. I still sat down. I remember I cried one night. I was
Oh.
like, God, If this man was here, he
Mm.
would have cushioned some of the bills
I can
Yes.
imagine.
that only me is carrying. So
Mm.
the crying doesn't stop.
Mm.
I still do it, but it's just like it's not like the earlier days when
Yeah.
I remember in those days when I'm walking on the streets of London, people will think I'm a mad woman
Oh,
because as I'm walking, tears will be coming from my eyes. And you know the
I.
funniest thing is when you now see a husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend holding hands,
Oh,
especially we that we live abroad, they do all those
yes.
things all
Just
over.
holding and
Then when
hugging.
you see
Mm-hmm.
them, the pains will rise like bile from inside you. Then
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the emotion will come out. I still remember I will sit in the train and I'll see people hugging, I'll start crying.
Crying.
So it's a pain. That's how it has been. It doesn't go away. And that's why I tell people from when you are a widow or widower, you don't move on. You move
You move
forward. And
then.
you start moving forward virtually from the day that the person died. That's
Right.
when you start moving forward because
Especially when
a
you have
lot of
children.
people,
You have kids to
even
take care, you know.
even if you don't have children, my sister, you move forward when the person died. You know why? Because the people that don't move forward are the one that dies and follow the man. There's a lot of people like that. When a spouse
Yeah.
died, within two, three
Mm.
days they are dead. But
Yeah.
virtually of you being alive, you
Mm.
have already moved forward and you continue to move forward. You can't, when you are moving on from something, it means you are forgetting about that thing. You
Mm.
cannot forget somebody that you plan in life together, even without
Wow.
children. You plan together, you will continue to remember all those things that you plan together. You need to remember everything you build together because you must build something together. And now, when you now have children, another burden.
Wow.
So it's not an easy thing because as you are coping with your own grief, you are coping with the children's grief. So it's like you doing different things at different times. You can't live your own grief alone. You can't stay with
Mm.
your grief without managing your children. So it's a very difficult thing to do. Widowhood is the saddest thing that I would never wish on my enemy. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's
At
better
all.
to grow old together and the children are old. But at this
Mm.
stage, it's not an easy thing. It has not been easy, coupled with the stigma attached. Coupled with, like in my own case, it's not everybody. My in-law, majority of my in-law don't talk to me again.
Wow. We come to
So
that
it, you
stigma. We are
you
going
have
to
a
really
lot of
talk.
things that is
We
attached
are
to
really
it.
coming to talk about that stigma because that is the main thing, especially for us Africans. We're coming to, that's where we're going to start. Sister Stella, how has it been? 12 years.
12 years. Wow,
Yes.
I've learned a lot in this period. It's not been easy. You
Mm.
know, um, the people you are used to all of a sudden dump you.
Hmm.
As, like as if the way you hold hot potato, the way you dump it.
Yeah. Like,
Because yes, that's how they will just drop you and you will keep imagining. Did I
wow.
do anything wrong? Is it
Hmm.
a is it my sin
My,
that made me a widow?
is it me that killed him? Wow.
Yeah. Is it what I did? Could it be my sin? Could it be what I said?
Wow.
At times, if one is not careful, like you said somebody is in a psychiatric
I'm
hospital.
telling you, she is.
Honestly, it's not easy.
Hmm.
It's not easy, coupled with the relatives that you think will support you.
They are the
And
number one enemies.
close with you when the guy
Wow.
was alive. All of a sudden, they will just turn their back. And
Wow.
they will be their enemy.
Wow.
All this, the shock of the death of the husband with nobody, especially the in-laws to support you, family, friends, some of them. Oh God, it's something like Sister Bumi said, you don't pray for your enemy. I've
Wow.
never they prayed for my enemy. Let your husband too die so that you will experience what
Hey,
I'm experiencing. I don't do that because I know what I'm going through. Fine, I was 34 years when it happened,
when he
but
died. Wow.
yes, I was 34 years. But I can tell you, then it's something you didn't prepare for. Mine was not sick. I was the one that opened the gate for him to go out, and I told him, catch you later. Because that's how we always get, catch you later. I said, okay, catch you later.
Mhm.
And that was all. That shock, I was still having that shock, but I thank God because it was like God gave me an insight into what was to happen.
Hmm.
He will I say he ministered to me. And I started praying for wisdom.
Hmm.
I'm praying, I was praying, God, give me the wisdom to handle things. I was not praying for God to give me the money then. I was praying, God, please,
For
the
wisdom.
wisdom I need. Because this is a journey I didn't plan for.
For.
This is a journey I've never, as in, I've never known somebody so close, to feel as in to even say, okay, I learned that widows do this, widows do that, don't do this, don't do that. I don't have anybody too close as a widow to learn. So when mine happened, it was honestly, I was devastated. That was the
Wow.
word. I was
Hmm.
devastated. Coupled with some games played by the in-laws. And, like I said, people at the burial, people were like, I remember my aunties and my younger sister's mother-in-law walked up to me, came to me where I was sitting down. And she said, my dear, I know you. But I want to ask you something. What was your relationship like with your in-laws? I said, I don't want to talk because I'm grieved. But one thing I want to say is this: my
Hmm.
father in law was in my place till my husband died. And that year, he was almost staying 2 years. It was when he died that people knew that my mother in law was still alive because they thought, oh, probably my mother in law was dead. That was why he moved to my place.
Wow.
It was when my husband died and people started hearing mother-in-law, mother-in-law. They were like, your mother-in-law was alive? I said, yes, she has been alive. She's alive. And your
Hmm.
father-in-law has been, yes, he's comfortable. And I really appreciate him because I work. So at least when I go out and I'm coming back late, I'm not worried because I know I have an elderly person at home taking care of the children. But when immediately my husband died, he was the first son. Everything, it was like, this girl, this lady, you are a devil. This lady, I don't, and the whole thing really got me down. But
Okay, that being seen and called as the devil, was that from your father-in-law or from other relatives?
no, the whole attack was not really from my extended, that's from their extended relative. It was from my immediate in-laws. And it was because my father-in-law and my sister-in-law and in short, my in-laws, my direct in-laws, they are nice. But somebody influenced them all of a sudden and they turned around like the way they turned around, the
Hmm.
whole thing affected me health-wise. I was
Wow.
shocked. From the day I
But
got married.
you know what? Why would I mean Sister Bumi says stigma? So it's good that you're talking about it. So let's continue with you.
Okay.
What do you think is the reason? Because she's Yoruba, you're Igbo, right? You're Igbo. Okay,
Yeah, I'm from
from Anambra, and she's Yoruba, so you from two different cultures now. But it is the same story. We're from Nigeria, and I know some because I've had some incident from some other African countries. Here, when you lose a husband or a spouse, people come to rally around you to
yeah.
support you in any way they can. Support group left and right. People surround you. Why is it that in Africa, this is my own question, because you're talking, I'm looking at you. You know what? I wake up every single day praying for my husband more than I pray for myself that this man will not die. Oh. If he tells me
Ah,
I have headache, last one,
He
like
was not
just
that.
saying he has headache, I'll be running up and down. Honestly, sincerely, the way I take care of him more than my children.
yeah.
I'll just be running in my head like nothing must be wrong with this man. At least your in-laws, they were nice and stuff. My own in-law, I'm on live broadcast. I don't want to talk too much, but my prayer every day is like, God, they will not call me a witch because of this man. Why do you think? Because you've been through it. 12 years is a long time to to have been in this, and I mean, you must have had your shares, you must have cried everything. At least now you are a motivational speaker. If you're going to talk to a young widow and she's asking you this question, like, why would they call you a witch? Some people will even say, are you sure you're not the one that killed your husband? You know, what will you say? What is the reason that widows, because I don't think they do that to men. Why
No.
do we as a culture think when a woman lost a husband, she's the one that killed that man? Why do you think that? At least from
What
your own experience.
From my own experience, I don't want to use the word poverty. I
Mm.
don't
But it's
that
part
word.
of it. Let's be honest. I mean, just say it the way
Yes,
it is.
yes, but you find some people that are very rich. They do the same.
Yeah.
They do the same. So that's
No,
why,
because they think she killed him because of the properties.
yes, they would just, oh, she wants to have a time to flex and enjoy the guy's money. That's why she killed the guy. That kind of mentality. Probably you are the kind of person they cannot oppress, or they cannot press down, or allow to make you to follow their dictate while their child was
Was
alive.
alive.
So immediately the son dies, they will tell you, oh, that's my belief. That's what I want to believe.
Yeah.
That you killed the man just to be free. You killed the man. If it's somebody that is very wealthy, you killed the man so that you be called a landlady. You
Mm,
killed the man so that you will start following men, and you'll
mm.
be free to sow your wild oats. That's
Wow.
yes, that's it's basically, let me still use the word greed. Greed,
Great poverty,
greed, greed.
And ignorance. Ignorance.
ignorance. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And the most annoying thing is that it's even women that
Oh
know
yes,
that
most
or
times. Mm-hmm.
there's a probability of their own husband dying
Yeah.
very
Yes.
soon,
Yeah.
and then become a widow. Because I
Yeah.
remember my bishop would say, see, every woman is a potential widow,
Widow.
whether you like it or not. When, where, and how is what we don't know. But
Mm.
every woman is a potential widow. So don't worry, it is turn by turn. Shebi it's your turn today. Fine. Let them throw that shit. Just get yourself and move forward.
Wow.
So I would say greed, some envy, that's
Mm-hmm.
jealousy,
You nailing
and
it. These are some of the
poverty.
reasons. Yes.
Yes, poverty. Poverty. Because most time, especially if it is the breadwinner of the family that
Mm,
dies, oh my goodness, forget
mm.
it. Forget it.
Sister
The
Bumi, what
lady.
was your own experience? I mean, you come
Yeah,
from at least your family, they're very, very educated. I mean, if a husband has two PhD, I can just imagine that it's not the only PhD holder in his house, or at least if he has two PhD together, his family must have,
no,
I mean,
no, they are not. My husband is quite different from his family.
okay,
Oh.
He's quite different.
okay,
He has been an ambitious person since he was small.
okay.
And I remember when we got married, he used to say something, he said, I would say he always says this in Yoruba, my Jodadi Loju, meaning is my own father.
Your own father.
Because my father is a professor of medicine. My father went to the university 5 good times.
Wow.
So he's always talking about my father. He's so proud to have him as a father-in-law.
Mm,
And he's always saying, I'm going to do this. I want he was promoted as a professor when he died. The
wow.
promotion came out 2 days after he died. So
Oh
it's
Oh.
so it's has always been like that for him to be like my dad. He was, although before he met me, he was ambitious. But by the time he met me and saw my dad and my family, he was really impressed. And
Lord.
but all this thing the funniest thing is I had a good relationship with my in-laws
Okay.
before he passed away. Even the ones in London, I have a good relationship with them. But the moment he passed away, I don't know what really happened. And I guess what happened was because they wanted to dictate to me.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of the problem. And the
Mm.
first problem was this. They told me not, they don't want me to bring the cups to Nigeria. So I
Mm.
felt I'm not going to fly the cups from Botswana to London.
To London,
And
of course.
this is a man, it's still the same price, I don't mind, but this is a man that goes to Nigeria like 5 times in a year. And we
So
have a
he
house
would
in
not
there.
mind to be buried in Nigeria.
Not mine to be buried in Nigeria. And why will I do this? So I just decided I'm going to bury him in Nigeria. And they said they don't want me to burn the corpse home. And do you know the reason? Because of
Mm.
money. They were thinking there's a money in an account that I'm going to use for the funeral to bring the corpse, which they know is expensive. And that was the bone of contention where they started with me. And to
You
me,
know
I'm
what?
not asking them for any money.
It's really, really annoying. I don't mind. I mean, sorry to cut you off. It is, I'm just going to be interjecting once in a while. It is really, really annoying that when it comes to family, the Bible, I'm still going to bring the Bible into this. The Bible said, leave your father and your mother, cleave to your wife. What
Yes.
we don't do in Africa, what we don't do in Nigeria. I was still arguing this with my friend this morning. We're talking about something. I said, the moment that my son, and this is the way I am sincerely raising my own children, because I guess this is the way my father raised me, but he did not have the same experience. My mother was treated badly by my father's people. But the way I was brought up is, this is your life. Live it the best way you can. This is the way I'm raising my kids. The moment you bring somebody home, I would do anything I can do as a mother to train you, to pray for you. But the moment you decide, mommy, this is who I am marrying, and I ask you, you love him, you love her, yes, and I pray with you, and God says, go ahead. I'm, I need to do is just be looking at you from afar. That's the way it should be. And this is what we don't do as human beings, not only Africans, but mostly Africans. Okay, when the husband dies, who is the next of kin? The wife is supposed to be the next of kin. The wife is supposed to make the call. The wife is supposed to cut the bull, anything. That is her partner. That is, I mean, everybody, after the funeral, everybody will go home. You still, okay, we're still talking about 12 years now. Sister Stella's voice was still shaking. I'm telling you sincerely, a brother, a father, or anything, they will not be telling this story like this and still feel the same way like this.
No.
It's not the same. So why do we think we own somebody? Like, okay, we're still in charge. Why? I mean, like there's money somewhere, and what if there's money somewhere? That is our money that the husband left for her. Men, especially, if you're watching this as a man, you know what? This is not like people tell me I live like Oyinbo. I don't care. That's fine by me. Okay, because it's peaceful. If we can all learn to just let people be, it's your family, it's your brother, it's your father, it's your mother. Let him enjoy his own life, and his own life is his family. I think things will be better. Don't you think, Sister Bumi?
Yeah, it will be better. And do you know something that I've noticed is this: they capitalize on the vulnerability of the widow
Yeah,
immediately the husband
yes,
passed away, because at that time you are not your normal self. Because despite how exposed I am, despite that my age, I was above 40 when my
mhm.
husband died. Despite that, all these things, but do you know the funniest thing is I was still vulnerable.
Of course you should be. That's a vulnerable time.
But the only thing that saved me was that I had somebody in UK here that's a friend of
Hmm.
mine. We work together. She's a social worker, she worked with the police here, but she's very close to me. And when she heard that my husband died, she came to my house. As close as she was to me, she's not Nigerian,
Hmm.
she's British, she's white. As close as she was to me, I never knew she was a widow for 10 years, because the husband passed away 3 years after she got married, and she never
Wow.
remarried. I only thought, because we are used to single mothers here. So I just thought she
Hmm.
was a single mother when I met her. But when she heard that my
Wow.
husband passed away, she came to see me. And that was because of what she told me, because she had a bad experience in UK with in-laws. So she told me, she said, you can cry, you can do whatever you want to do, but make sure you know what is going on around you and don't give in to anybody. And immediately she
Guard
said
your
that.
vulnerability. That's what that means.
Yes,
Guard your vulnerability.
yes. So immediately when I got to Nigeria, I got to Nigeria 7 days after he passed. And even they buried him the 10th day. And the 10th day, the 11th day, they already called me for a family meeting. But because of what that my friend has told me, it's part of me. I was thinking about it. So when they were asking me questions, our wife, be honest with us, be transparent. How much is in the account in London? The car in
Oh
London, the car
my
in Nigeria,
God.
the account in Botswana, the car, the house. They've never been to Botswana. They don't know what we own there.
Was this before he
And they
was
were
buried or after he was buried?
a day after he was buried, because there was even a commotion
Oh.
on the when we were doing the wake keep. We did the wake keep on Friday. I didn't even know. One of my husband's friend that they live together in Botswana that followed the cops, and the HR of the university, they followed the cops to Nigeria. My
Jesus.
husband family, and one of my husband friend is a renowned lawyer in Nigeria. He was there. They started asking him, what is inheritance law in UK? What is
Jesus.
inheritance law in Botswana? What is inheritance law in Nigeria? And virtue of asking them this, asking that man, they communicated with my husband's other friends, and they were fearful for me. So they were like, they wanted to protect me, calling me, don't say anything to your in-law. Don't
Wow.
disclose anything to your in-law. So when they now coming for the meeting next day, as they were talking, I was telling them, anything that you want, we do. I didn't even argue because I was just crying. That was, when my husband passed away, people were telling me you are strong. Because after I remember when they told me, I wanted to run into the streets on the main road. My pastor and some of my deaconess in church, they grabbed me. They carried me one hand, one leg like this back inside. So immediately I cried for like 10 minutes. I just wiped my eyes. I sat down. I said, God, give me strength. God, give me strength. That was just the prayer I was praying, the strength of God, that God should just give me the strength. Because I knew all these things. I don't have any sibling in Nigeria. I don't have siblings in London. My siblings are in America and South Africa. So who is going to stay with me? So immediately I knew I have to stand up and do everything for myself. So when I got to Nigeria and all this thing was going on, and they were so terrible that even one of my in-law went to go and report me that I was eating bread. You know when you dip bread inside tea to eat, because people were begging me to eat.
To
Me
eat.
that I refused to eat. And they were begging me, and they went to go and start complaining that she's eating, as if they want me to die and follow him. Widowhood is a bad experience, my sister, Dr.O. It's a bad experience. It's not something somebody should experience because they make your life miserable.
Miserable.
And
Is that not
if you give
miserable?
in to them,
Because somebody lost a husband, she cannot
yes,
eat.
yes,
I mean,
I'm telling you,
second
everything
day
they
that
were.
you buried your husband, they were asking for the accounts.
Everything. And I was just telling them, anything you want, even the house. They were claiming house, they were claiming things. And this is, I'm sorry you are not asking me to advise widows now, but I'm going to ship in something for them.
No, as we're
Even
talking, because I mean, as we advise
some
them
of you
as
that
we go.
you are married, you are still married, you and your husband. I'm telling you, this is an advice for you.
Yes.
When that man dies, if the man dies, don't mind what anybody is going to say. The properties, papers, the cars, move it out of the house.
Are you listening?
Because if you are not sharp, everything is going to go away. It's we widows that hand over our property to people
To
because
them,
we are
yes.
vulnerable. Where is the paper to this land? Where is the key to the car? We start handing
And
them
in
over.
some
Where is
cases,
his mobile phone?
to
We hand it over.
buttress your point, sometimes, you both lost your husbands when you were young. At that age, I mean, he wasn't planning to die. He was still going through life. Most people don't have wills. Most people, they were
They don't,
adults,
yes,
had their properties before they married. You don't
yeah,
even think, okay, we were still talking about my home brother. He was my half brother. and he was married. His baby was a baby, like really, really baby, because he married really, really old. We were still discussing this last week. I asked my sister, I said, was the wife ever paid his gratuity? Because he was in the Nigerian army. That was the time for him to enjoy. He went to 2 wars with the Nigerian army. Do you know? Because it was my half brother, it was a different name that he listed as the next of kin before he got married. Not, I mean, and then when he died, he forgot when he married to put the wife.
Wow.
Till
Wow.
now, I don't know. Maybe his siblings already collected the money. I told my sister, go and find out for me. We don't need this money. But that child is now almost 18 years old, because my brother died a long time ago. Are you getting my point? So when we talk like this, programs like this, for me, this is to empower people. It's not about whose husband died or who's next. It can be anybody. I always tell my husband, when it comes to death, I want to live every single day like it's my last day. So when I'm gone, I want people to say, she came, she lived a purpose. Nobody is praying to die young. So men especially, the moment you marry, I don't care, because if you are smart enough, you will marry the woman of your choice. But if you decide not to be smart and you marry just any woman, it's still on you. But that is the mother of your child. You should make her your next of kin. Your children should be your next of kin, not your brother, not your father, not your mother. If my son gets married today, I will sit. Who is your next of kin? You can put me there if you want somewhere, but I should not be the main. And that is the problem most times. The husband is dead, the family comes over. And okay, it's only the name of the man on the property. Are you getting my point? So, Sister Bumi, now, I mean, that's a good point. How can people just come and be saying, give us accounts? For what? The account you did not work for. And the most unfortunate thing is, the people that will come and be fighting for properties are the people that did not care about this man when he was alive.
Alive.
I mean, we can just go on this topic for the whole day, but I know we're looking at the time. Sister Stella, how was your own experience?
Hmm. Honestly, mine. Sister Bubi, you said your husband was buried before they started asking for properties and blah blah blah.
Hmm.
They are on live. There are some certain things I don't really want to talk because we made peace.
About it. Hmm.
I told myself, my husband is a peace loving human being. He loves peace. I just
Hmm.
had to make peace with my mother-in-law because later on I lost my father-in-law like 6, 7, 9 months after my husband passed. So I just had to make peace. But there are some certain things they were demanding. Just the same day they told me he passed on.
Wow.
Yes, and when I told my husband's friend, he was like, "Is the man mad? Are they mad or are they stupid? That they are lucky that he's an elderly person. That even it was a younger boy that said it, he will beat the living daylight out of that boy. But let it just pass." And I
Mm,
just kept. But I was pained if with the way I took them as my family,
mm.
if they can still turn like this.
You can
If
imagine.
can imagine how they would have treated me, but thank God we are all from the same place. So there was little, they tried a lot, but because I have my uncles and my aunts, they were there. It got to a stage that they said, okay, come and bury, let's see you. Because of the man that was supporting them to like bring all the money, they gave you money, they gave you dollars, millions and millions of naira. I was like,
Wow.
millions?
Where is the
Where?
millions that I didn't know about?
The owner of the company for crying out loud. He's just a staff. They said they gave
Wow.
me millions. In short, some even said they gave me 100 million. I said I have 100 million that I'm still in Nigeria for crying out loud. I would not be in Nigeria. And they said
Wow.
bring. They said they were going to disrupt the wake I said fine, but fortunately my
Wow.
uncle. Yes, yes. They told me come and bury. That's the guy that was like pushing them, and my father-in-law
Oh.
to the man's tomb. He said, come and bury me. But not knowing that my uncles later went out and got policemen. They told policemen, so they were on plain cloth. And the instruction was that just anybody that did piam, just arrest. Don't release until further notice.
This is really,
So
really sad. Honestly, I'm listening. I mean, I've heard a lot of stories from widows. This is really, really sad. A man just lost his life, left a wife and children, and
children,
you are here on his funeral, just disrupting everything because you want to
it was,
fight the wife for the properties.
I'm telling you, it was really, I least expected that thing from them. I
Wow.
least, because it got to a stage, somebody asked them, are you sure you did not kill this
Oh,
man?
yes. I mean, if you have
Are
to
you
come
sure
like that and
you didn't kill him?
fight for properties, you must have been
Yes.
the one that killed him.
Yeah, they asked them, are you sure? You people don't have a hand in the death of this man so that you can,
Wow.
the way you are going about talking about property, talking about money, money, money is as if, oh, when this man dies, sure banker, I'm getting so, 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 and so money.
Mm.
And well, mine is even better when you hear of others what they go through, they throw them out and everything. You ask if these are human beings.
Human beings. Okay, let me read this. This was my sister responding to the question that I had because I don't know if we concluded that day. We're just talking about family issues, and I remember like, was she ever paid? So she said no. His next of kin said the money was too much for a child. That wasn't okay. This man was my father.
Wow.
Yeah, it was my father's son. So we have the same father and not the same mother. So he had older siblings before my daddy did whatever he did.
Hey, God
You
have mercy.
understand? So it was the brother that he put on his next of kin. So when my brother died and they wanted to pay the wife, so he said, no, that money was too much for the child because the wife was with him at the military hospital Yaba. Actually, oh my goodness, the consultant named her as the next of kin. So he was actually sick. I can't even remember the story very well. The child is now 19 years old. The child was 18 months old when my brother died. So somebody left a son and a wife, and you fighting that they should not pay the money because the money was too much for the child. So what the
Hey,
Nigerian army decided at that time was like, okay, he has a child. Even if you don't want this money to be paid to the wife, we'll wait until the son is old enough to handle his money.
I got money.
I don't think they ever released that money to them.
Beautiful.
My sister is the one
Beautiful.
that has time for family issues. Me, I don't have time for family issues. It is really, really sad. Honestly, it
It's
is really, really sad. And I hope that people are watching this and learning from this and taking notes and mindful. We don't pray to die young, but especially men, African men, you need to put your house in order.
in order.
The
Exactly.
reason I'm doing this is to empower us. You need to put your house in order, even if you don't believe in will, because some people will still fight you with the will.
Yeah.
I have seen widows that have been killed because, okay, the man was smart enough to have a will done, but they will kill her, especially if they have little children. Shebi, you are still alive is the reason you're fighting us with the will. What is it with us
Mm,
Africans? What is it
mm.
with us and Africans? If you're watching me, this is not a joke. I mean, this is a really, really big deal because you see widows suffering. You see widows suffering. God even loves widows. God loves. I'm telling you, God told me specifically, if you believe in God, fine. If you don't, I don't care, that I should take care of widows. And I'm like, what is this? Then one day I was sitting down and I said, maybe because I'm always praying that my husband must not die now. They will come here. They will think I'm the one that killed him. For what? For what? I did not marry him a rich man. So even if we have anything now, it's my sweat plus his sweat. So when a
Exactly.
woman, either the woman is working or not, the moment you're with that man, taking care of him, that is your sweat. So
Yeah.
the man should not die, and now you're fighting a woman's sweat with her. and you think you will die well. Like you're very cool, like the Yoruba will say it. Honestly, you know. Anyway, let me go to the next question because we can go on this in-laws
Yeah.
issues forever. What was the
Yeah.
first step you took after you finished mourning your husband? Were his family members supportive? We have covered that. We have covered that. But Sister Bumi, how did you deal with this issue of, because you're still mourning? They did not even allow you to mourn. And this is very, very important. I have a note here, but I'm not even going to go through that note until towards the end, just to close. We don't mourn. They didn't even give you time to mourn. So how did you manage still dealing mentally, emotionally with the loss of your best friend, let me put it like that, and family fighting you for his properties? How did you deal with that?
Okay. You know, I'm very, very fortunate, unlike Stella. I live in UK. I don't live with them. Because
Yes.
if it's when you live in their midst,
Oh,
their loss are too numerous. Because I remember when I got to Nigeria, they told me if your husband die, you don't sleep on the bed. You have to sleep
oh,
on the mat on the floor.
Jesus.
You have to cut your hair. You don't go outside. Yes, then when they told me you don't go outside, I told them, were you there when I went to the bank in London to ask for loan to bury him? You were
To
not there.
bury him.
So
Mm-hmm.
I the next day he died, I was already in the bank soliciting for loan. So I didn't stay at home. So don't call me and tell me rubbish. And when they told me you don't sleep on the bed, because me, I've been somebody that don't listen to instruction. Immediately they said it. I called one of my friends that came to see me that lives in Ibadan. They went to secondary school together. I told her, I said, I beg, go to Baggy, buy a new mattress, new bed for me. I want a bigger bed. Because these people, they will not kill me before my time. Because
Hmm.
by the time you listen to them, you will go cuckoo. When you
Yeah.
Of
dance to
course.
their tune, that is the end of you.
Hmm.
So it's maybe because I'm already in the system, not as a widow, but somebody that's been having contact with widows. Because
So you
virtue of my
already
job,
knew.
my profession, I've had experience even with white. It happens even with white people.
Oh,
I've
yes,
had
the fight
experience
on
of all those
properties, of
things.
course.
So I knew what is going to happen partially, but I was still vulnerable. So because of that, as they are bringing their law, me, I'm doing my own. Even when they
Hmm.
are talking about the house, I told them, they said, we will divide this like this, we will do this. I said, they were even asking me to bring money. I said, don't worry, we will do it. Maybe me, I know. My plane ticket is in some days, and I'm going to
Wow.
carry my bag and run away. And so by the time I came to London, and they start testing me, and they
Hmm.
start talking about me all over Nigeria, it will come back to me because some people will like me. They'll come and tell me. I keep
Hmm.
quiet. And they will push you and push you and push you until they push you to an extent that you will revolt. So
Hmm.
by the time they pushed me to that extent of talking and talking and talking, and I got so hungry, and I thank God for my life. And I thank God for technology. You see this
Hmm.
WhatsApp. I use that WhatsApp like anything. When I wake up in the morning, bam, like this, I will send nasty message to them. 12 o'clock, I will send another nasty message. I will send it to all of
So
them.
you really, really handle them very well.
I did though. I'm not an easy person to hold though. 5 p.m. I will send one. Before I sleep, I will send another one. And and when I do something that is nice,
Hmm.
do you know if anybody that knows me here, when they see my Facebook, I'm not like this before I became a widow.
Hmm.
It was virtually of the way I was treated. And I wanted to
That's
show them
that.
that
Hmm.
Bumi has arrived. Bumi is somebody. That was when I
Hmm.
started posting. I will snap picture, I do like this, I post it to them. When I
Hmm.
enter plane like this, I will take my picture, I will send it to them on WhatsApp.
I like
I've
that.
landed again. Because
Hmm.
I've learned something. This depression that we are talking about, maybe because
Yeah.
virtue of my profession, when you
You
allow
know better.
anybody
Yes,
to
you have the
depress you,
knowledge. Hmm.
your health will go down. And I've
Yeah.
said to myself, nobody is going to depress me. Rather, I will depress them. So by
Yeah.
sending my picture, they are not my friend on Facebook. I will tag the ones that are their
That
family that are still my friends. So they must see it. So by the time, they think they can depress me with all their talk. Me,
will
I'm
make you go
indirectly
into
depressing them
depression too.
because when they see me doing well, they are
Hmm.
depressed. And that is how to handle these people. You need to be able to, you don't need to fight them. I don't have time to start arguing with somebody. I don't have time to go and be sitting in one useless meeting with anybody.
Hmm.
But there are ways. You're moving forward in a positive way is depressing them. You need to
Hmm.
show them that you are that man, you can be somebody. You need to show them that is how to deal with it. You
Hmm.
problem will come in widowhood. People will fight you. Friends will run away from you because some friends will say you want to snatch their husband. And I keep telling people, if you come to me and say I'm snatching your husband, I will tell you, see that your husband. If you don't tie the man well, me, I will not even come and handle him small. I will take him away from you. So you better not even come near me and keep your
This
mouth
person
shut where
said
you are.
attack is the best form of defense, which is
That
true.
is it.
You
You
just have to stand for yourself. And I think that's what you have done so far, Sister Bumi.
yes, that is it. You attack them back and you show them that you are stronger. And by the time they see you, now they don't talk to me anymore. I don't even care. But they
Doesn't
must
matter.
continue to see
Do you have kids?
me. Yeah, I have. I have one son. I was married, no child. Then I had my son, and after that, no other one. Do you think they care? Even if you like have 10, they don't
Hmm.
care.
They
So you need
don't.
to be able to stand up. And me, I don't have time to fight for property. I keep telling you
Hmm.
this. I will not
Hmm.
take you to court to go and fight for any property. I have marriage certificate. I have death certificate. I have my son birth certificate. I have my
But
own
you
birth
know
certificate.
what?
The man
In
birth
your own
certificate is in
case,
my hand.
you see
You
the
go to
next.
you go and swear
Mhm.
affidavit that the thing for the car for the house is lost. It's government that will give you a new thing. Let them go and sell the house. You don't need to take them to court because taking them to court, you are wasting money. You start paying
Yes.
lawyer, paying this, paying that. Sit
Hmm.
down, wait for them. By the time they won't know you already have another paper in
Okay,
your hand.
Sister Bumi, I'm going to stop you from here because you all these your strategies, you will still come back and teach them. Because there are, I mean, everything you're saying is easier. Let me just, we have to be honest here. It's easier for you because you live overseas. The
Yes,
court of law is who you have that can support you. In
yes,
Nigeria, either court of law or whatever. Shebi, I mean, sometimes it's even you can go to court and they will say, "Oh, everything belongs to the widow." I have to be honest here. I'm a Christian. I'm a spiritualist. What about spiritual attacks? What about spiritual attacks? I mean, how many widows have lost their lives because somebody is
of
attacking them for properties? And now the
exactly.
children becomes orphans. Guess what? The children, the uncles, the aunties, even the father and mother. I don't know how somebody will be fighting for their children's properties when he did not
It's
die
sad.
like that. They left children. Oh, who is fighting you? My mother-in-law. Who is fighting you? My father-in-law. What? Yes. Sister Stella, how did you handle these people that wanted to stop the funeral? Or how did you handle mourning and the in-law coming at you?
Immediately after the wake that's the first day they tried any nonsense. And
Hmm.
the Okpa of the family, because he was aware of what was going on and he was aware that policemen were all around. He just went there, told them, see, if you people like your life, if you love your lives, just disappear because you see that area, policemen, see them there, and they all disappeared. And that was how we had a nice peaceful burial. Though the policemen still stayed there till days later. But one thing that really broke my heart was, in Igbo land, after the burial, you have to stay to barb your hair.
Hmm.
And my in-laws were told that I was coming to barb my hair because I was to barb in their house, in the house where I mourned. That
Wow.
day, they locked up the house and left.
Okay.
They I must barb my hair that day so that I will leave. I can quickly come back to Nigeria, come back to Lagos.
Lagos.
And I called the Diokpa. I said, sir, see, I'm there with my aunt to barb my hair. but the place is locked up. He said, why? But your father-in-law is aware. He knows you're coming. Your mother-in-law is
Hmm.
aware. They know you're coming. What happened? He said, okay, don't worry. Wait, let me call them. He called them. They said, that they did not know. He said, how can you say you didn't know? He said, okay, no problem. Because I can't barb my hair outside. I must barb the hair
In
inside,
the house.
yeah, the house. So he
Hmm.
now said, okay, I should just go to one of his own room there, a vacant room. I should just enter there, and I entered. They barbed my hair. Now it was time for me to bait, because you will bait.
Hmm.
You won't believe that I had my bait outside. Broad
Wow.
daylight. Yes. Yes, I had my bait outside. My auntie just said, see, for you to do this thing and go, don't worry, close your eyes. When they look at you, they are the ones that will die. Don't worry, they are the ones that will be having problem. So
Wow.
she brought her wrapper, because they were two. One of my aunts brought her wrapper, covered the main road part.
Hmm.
Then the other one covered this side, but this side was still a little bit open, because I
And they
can't
were
bait in.
all stood there just watching you.
They were watching. I saw somebody watching, but she just said, see, you know what? Close your eyes, bait, don't mind them. Just pour
Wow.
water on your hand. So I just did it quickly and I went, but I was pained. I said,
Hmm.
on night, I said, God, I said, I cried to God, but I didn't curse anybody. I said,
Hmm.
I'm not going to curse anybody, because the battle is not mine, it's God.
Hmm.
Since my father-in-law said anyway, let's not go there. But after that, I came back to Lagos. They didn't bother me again. They didn't bother me because they knew that that my family were strongly behind me.
Wow.
They knew that anyhow you want to do it, my aunt, she will tell you, you see this, my ears, they are decoration. Oh. Anywhere you want us to go, you see this guy, you people cannot frustrate her. She's too young.
Hmm.
You want to collect, she owns, you want to collect money, you want to do this, you want to do that. Have you forgotten that she has children? 3 children, for
Hmm.
crying out loud.
Hmm.
She trained. Then I was just a teacher. How much was my salary? I was just a teacher. How was she? She said, it's a long story. But after that, I started I have a very close, not my husband's close friend, the wife. She was there for me, advising. She's not a widow, and I don't pray for her to be a widow at this age.
Hmm.
Advising, telling me one thing she said that God stuck to my head was, you know what? If you want to survive, don't go believing in all these fake pastors.
Hmm.
Don't allow anybody to convince you to go and look for who killed your husband. Because
Hmm.
once you start going, they will mess you up big time.
Oh, because they will
Take
the money you need to support yourself and children, they will take it, telling you they're doing
exactly,
this, they're doing that.
exactly. And
Wow.
I just held on to that.
Hmm.
People came, but I just said, go. It's God's will.
Hmm.
Let God judge. Whatever happened, let God judge. I don't want to believe that there is somebody that killed him, because it's
Hmm.
God's will that it happened.
If God did not allow it, it will not happen. That's let me just make that point. Let me elaborate that
Yeah,
point, because I've talked
yeah.
here
God,
about fake prophets and stuff. Like, I think that was 3 or 4 weeks ago. So 3 weeks ago. So it is very,
yeah.
very important. She said somebody told her the only way you can survive it is don't go around be looking for who killed your husband.
Yeah,
He is dead, he is gone. Whatever
God.
money you have, because some of us, we want vindication. We want, I mean, for me, I like to know the truth. But now my
Yeah,
truth, if it's not from God, it doesn't bother me. So move
at all.
with your life. Plan on what you have. Don't be running around, because I know somebody is watching me that may need to hear this. Don't go
Yeah.
around be looking for, okay, who killed my husband? Today you go to
Mm.
Ayelala's house. Tomorrow you go to CNS. Next tomorrow you go to Celestia, and stay. Plan for your life. This person said also widows should support themselves with a strong support system, no matter how small. Yes, that's the reason I brought these two women, because they both have groups that they're helping widows. Okay, so it is part of the solution today. And somebody said, I'm trying to read
The
comment.
comment.
Please go ahead and share this video. You just don't know who you may be helping or empowering, please
Yeah.
share this. Sister Ronke, I know she says something like she's lucky. Some people are lucky, family will be supportive, husband, in-laws will be
Yeah.
supportive, but it is
Yeah.
very, very rare, and it shouldn't
It's
be.
there.
It's very,
One out of
very rare. Even the ones that are rich, that you expect them not to even bother about his properties, they will come like swarm. What is our
exactly.
problem? Somebody says it's poverty. What about the people that don't even need the money? You understand? Let me go to the next questions. Um, well, Sister Bumi, what motivated you into starting the group?
Thank you very much, Dr. Lubusola. When my husband died, for one good year, people that saw me at that time, they would know I was not my normal self.
Hmm.
Before he passed away, my hobby is going to parties. Ashwebi is my hobby.
Hmm.
I have so many Ashwebi. I can afford to buy 200 pounds shoes
Wow.
because I don't look after any parents. I don't need to look after any younger ones.
Hmm.
They are
You're
even doing,
lucky.
I'm the first child. I'm the first child, and all of
Hmm.
them are even doing better than me. You understand? And my
Hmm.
dad, even as I am, my dad still look after me. So I don't have anything to do
You're
with
very
my
lucky.
it's God, it's God, it's not lucky, it's God. So you understand, all this money, I don't need to give anybody money. So I spend it on myself. So by the time this man died, for
Hmm.
one good year, my sister, I was like a mental health case.
Yeah.
I did not cut my hair. I have low cuts now, but I did not cut
Wow.
my hair because they asked me to cut it because I won't listen. But
Hmm.
after one year, I have to cut it because my hair was like dread. When you do
Hmm. You
dread, you can't comb.
you
I
didn't do
couldn't comb my
nothing.
hair anymore because
Hmm.
every time I had headache, I went to the GP to see
Wow.
the doctor, and the doctor told me your headache will not go away because you are in shock. Until that shock leave your system.
You
And I
did not
had this
grieve. You didn't grieve.
constant headache for the next 9 months. So every day I have to pour water on my head. And
Wow.
and the saddest thing was my second master's. I started it a month after my husband passed away.
Hmm.
And my pastor, I will ever say thank you to him and my son. They keep urging me to continue with the school. I wanted to stop, but they
Hmm.
said, do it for your husband. And this school really helped me. Although I was not okay, I don't smile. I will sit in the class, I will cry. In the first time in my life that I will ever fail an exam. I'm an explaining student. I failed
Hmm.
exam
Hmm.
because of this grieving. So it's not easy. So I was like a mad woman being. I was not okay. Even church, to go to church, I will not go when you come because I work in the church, I'm doing a lot of things in the church. When you come to my house, I will even preach to you
Hmm.
instead of going to the church because at that time I was angry with God. That why me?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I was not okay. So after when I saw what is happening to me, and I got to meet, I wrote my story on. I'm not advertising any group here, but I will mention the group name. Fin. I wrote my story on Fin on my wedding anniversary,
Hmm.
December 29. And I wrote my story on Fin. I've been on Fin. I don't comment. I don't write things. That
Hmm.
day, I was in my house on my wedding anniversary. My husband died in October. My husband died in October. My birthday was December. My wedding anniversary was December. My son was January, early January, with
Hmm.
Christmas, with everything together. So I sat down. I was crying. So I
Hmm.
was thinking, what should I do? As virtue of my profession, I knew what
Yeah.
is called talking therapy, that you need to speak out to
Hmm.
relieve the pain in your heart. If you
Yeah.
don't
Feel
talk
the
about
pain.
your experiences, you cannot get over it. So I decided, okay, let me write my story on this page. And I wrote my story, and widows started coming into my inbox. It
Hmm.
was too much. They were coming to my inbox, telling me, sharing me up, telling me their stories. And I now
Hmm.
saw that what they are passing through is even worse than
That
what
Than
I'm
you.
was
passing
right
through.
true.
Because I was thinking my own is bad. But these people, their own is worst. And that is why I now decided that let me start this thing.
Mm.
And when I'm starting it, I'm not going to do it as an empowerment because everybody has their different motive of doing things.
Of doing
My
things. Yes.
own is to talk to their
Mm.
mental health well-being. Because once they are okay mentally, they'll
Yes.
be able to
Everything
see
will be
far,
sorted out. Yes.
will be sorted out. And that is why I started something about us talking about our problem, looking at how to address it. If I'm
Mm.
not ready to be giving somebody money to parents, money
Mm-hmm.
to pay school fees, but
Yeah.
let me talk to their mental well-being
Mental.
so that
Yes.
when they are okay, then they
They
will be
can
able to
think
know what
of how
to
to
think
make
very
money
well.
or what.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what brought me about doing this
The
thing that
group.
we meet because in our group we talk a lot about our experiences. We share experience from our love when you met the man, how you do love in Tokyo. We share the experience to the cause of the death, and when the death happened, what happened to you. And this has really helped a lot of people in the group because by the time they read people's story and you find
They
out that
feel better.
okay,
Yes, they feel
yes,
better.
oh,
And when
then
you
you
know
stand
that
up.
you're not the only one, it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Yes, so that is what we mainly do.
Sister Stella, what was your motivation?
Um, mine was not immediately. Let me
Mm,
say it was 7 years after,
mm,
because it was then I healed. I didn't heal immediately.
of course. Hmm.
I didn't heal. It took me 7 years and some months for me to heal.
Wow.
I was just at the church that day praying, and will I say I heard the voice that said, "I want to use it as an instrument.
Mm,
I want to use it as an instrument of love to widows." I was like, me, what do I know about widows?
mm,
And I said, okay. And I kept on saying, okay, if it's your will, God, me, from day one, I always run away from anything that will make me to be too close to, as in say, oh, you are in charge of this, you are handling this. I run away. I love being the floor member. But
mm-hmm,
when it was a call, and
mm,
when I discovered that when I talk to people, they were like, wow, even people that are older than me,
yeah.
much, much, much older, even in the system, as in being widowed. And they were
Mm,
like, oh, honestly, this thing you told me really touched something in my life, it really changed me. I was like, wow. So I have this in me, but I still want to believe it's just God's call.
mm.
Um,
Wow. God's call. So far, so good. How's the journey been? Like Sister Bumi? I mean, because in a group like this, how from the time you started and now, what, let me just say, how have you impacted other women?
wow.
Yes,
There's this
both.
mentality widows have,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where I am trying to break this entitlement mentality. I am a widow, you must help me.
Mm, thank you for
So
mentioning that. Mm-hmm.
yeah, entitlement mentality. And I told them, I said, see, let me tell you, I'm also a widow. I have children that I
Mm,
train. Don't come to me for Gary. Don't come to
mm-hmm.
me for anything.
Yep.
If I have, I will give. The
Mm,
only thing is, let's see how you can start up something. I'm not into, come, let me train you how to make bead. Under 2 days, you will be a professional bead maker. Or
mm-hmm.
days, you'll be a professional teller. I don't have time for that. What do you think you have that you can use? What gift do you think you have? As in, even when you are sleeping, you can use it to make money for
Money.
yourself.
Yep.
Tell me, oh, I can wash. Oh, yeah, I have somebody that told me I can wash. Somebody said, especially because I deal with basically people from the rural area that are
Okay.
illiterate.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell me, oh, I'm good at it. I say, fine, let's see how we can walk around to
Mm-hmm.
get you something going. And a lot of them I've got is either I fix them somewhere where they will be cleaning, watching, some that are into business. If we get any
Mm-hmm.
assistance, just assist them. Okay, fine, you are selling, but don't you think you can make something, as in start producing something, no matter how
Something.
small, so
Yeah.
that hard. And they've been, you know, they've been really cooperative. They've been doing it.
Sister Bumi,
Yes.
how have you been able to impart this widow?
Yes, when we started, we were small, but gradually, we don't really know ourselves face to face.
Mm-hmm.
But at least we've grown to 900 plus.
Wow.
And it's not my work. It's not my work. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the admin and
Of
everybody has
course.
been pulling their weight.
It's a
So
teamwork.
it's a
Yeah, it's a
teamwork.
teamwork.
So
Yes.
we work together, every one of us, and we've been although we still handle some things like empowerment, we've
Mm-hmm.
gone to court for cases for some widows.
Mm-hmm.
So we've done a lot of things, and what I'm so happy about is now a lot of widows are coming out.
Mm.
If
Yeah.
you're on Facebook, you see us now that we redefine widowhood now in Africa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see us coming out to say we are widows. It's no longer
Mm-hmm.
a taboo that you can't come out
Mm-hmm.
and say
A
you are widow.
stigma, like,
So that is
I mean,
like a stigma. We are not
mm,
allowing them to use us like that.
mm-hmm.
As an example, I keep telling us to keep quiet and wear rag. We are
Mm,
coming out now in full force, and that is what we are teaching them. And when I go out
mm-hmm.
on social media, I go everywhere. I do my thing. I do all those things
Mm.
just to encourage all these
Other
widows
women. Yeah.
that please be happy. Your happiness, not anybody will give you to you.
Mm.
Is you can only make a choice to be happy. You can
Yes.
only do anything for yourself. And this is what I'm coming out to teach all these people that let us come out. I thank God that a lot of them are coming out now to
Mm.
understand what widow is about. And even not only our widows, because we have in our group, we have widowers too, not only widows.
Yeah.
There's
Men
some widowers
that
that
have
have
lost
similar
their.
experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they have similar experience like us. I hope you know, like
Really?
widows. Yes, they take some of them, they collect property. Yes, I've seen a widower that the wife died and the mother-in-law came to the house and said, you need all the gold, you need all these things.
Whoa.
Yes, they do it. It's not, it's just that it is most common with
Yeah.
widows than
Widows,
widowers.
exactly.
That's the only thing.
Whoa. I would
So,
love to talk to a man and
yeah, yeah, I'll
and
send them to you.
please, I want a man to come and share one or two. Just give me one or two to come and
I
share their
will, I
stories
will.
because you see how I was shocked. Like what?
They go through it.
Wow.
Do they go through it? They go through it, and one of the beauty of it is like we encourage marriage also, and we in our group we had weddings so that anybody, it's not compulsory to get married, it's a
But at
choice.
least if you desire, that's what
Desire
I tell
it, go
widows.
ahead.
It is not everybody that will remarry, but if you
Yes,
desire, at least you should not feel ashamed. You should not be put down. You should not, the stigma should not stop you from living your life.
yes.
Exactly.
Okay, so Sister Stella said something that I really want to talk about. She said, I'm not here to be training you or be. No, no, no. The first point that really caught me was that sense of entitlement.
Right to make
Yeah.
theory.
You are a widow, fine. I wasn't the one that killed your husband. I wasn't the reason that he died. I'm here. How can I help you? But don't come and make me feel like I owe you something. And a lot of people do that. Like
A lot.
you should know that I'm a widow. You should help me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my heart doing auntie Dami. I just for me, I will go to any length to support you if I see that you need help. And needing help is like, Dr.O, I'm available. How can you help me? That's all I need to know. But for you to think, okay, I'll be sending money to your account. I do that
No, 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 no.
sometimes, but that is instruction from God. Or if I just feel like I want to bless somebody. But don't come and be
Yeah.
telling me and chasing me around like I'm supposed to be paying you salary because you lost a husband. No. And the second thing is you need to define your purpose, your mission. Because they're
Yeah.
widow doesn't mean, okay, you have to be giving them money. Like in Sister
Yeah.
Bumi's case now, you just wanted to help their mental and emotional state of mind, which is actually, I mean, That's a big deal that people don't understand.
Yes.
And for Sister Stella, she already knows and have. So sometimes when you're ministry, I'm just saying this for people that are the ministers. When you're ministering to widows or a set of people, because people know I give away stuff on Facebook, they will be sending me messages. And one is still troubling me. I did not respond once because I know my purpose. I know the God has put in my hand. I know who He has sent me to. If I have to put myself everywhere, I will not be here. This person had
Yeah.
cancer. It is not my mission statement to help you because you have cancer. I have to pay for your surgery or I have to pay for your hospital bill. That is not my purpose. That is not the kind of money that I give away. That is not the kind of people that I minister to. If I feel led, I may, but you just coming at me like you must do it. No, I don't have to. I'm so sorry. So it is good
Yeah.
that you define your purpose and you are impacting the lives that you truly want to
Yeah.
impact. And people like us, I will just say, okay, Sister Pumi, do you have anybody in your group that you want to bless? I have some money that I want to give away. So stay true to your purpose. That's a point.
Mm.
So for somebody that just lost, because I'm looking at my time, if anybody has a question, please drop it. I will read it. Okay. My question is, what were they doing before they lost husbands? Many times we need to empower self, even if we have rich spouses. Okay, what were they doing? Okay, what were you doing? Sister Bumi was working, and Sister Stella said she was a teacher.
Yeah, I was a secondary school teacher.
Okay. So I think I also think that widows should be encouraged to find love again. Okay, we just talked about that. But society think that once a spouse dies, they cannot find happiness. Who says that?
And
I
that's
want to talk
society.
about, I want you ladies to advise women because this is something that I talk about personally all the time. I was still telling, I think it was my sister that I was talking to this morning. I said, as a woman, don't ever sit down at home doing nothing. Don't
Exactly. Exactly.
ever be the house help, the cook, and the sex partner. Make sure this is my own belief. I don't care what it is, especially now we're lucky with this internet age. Don't just be
Mm-hmm.
a stay-at-home mom waiting for
Mm-hmm.
daddy to give you money for food.
Mm.
I want to be able to buy whatever I want to eat. I call my husband all the time. Kilo Nweje, what do you want to eat? He will say anything. I'll say, I don't have that in my menu. Tell me what you want to eat. Because whatever I want to eat is what I will eat.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting for any man to give me money. Please, I'm not necessarily widows. Can you please, because that's the question that Auntie Naomi asked, tell this woman how important it is to have your own source of income, no matter how small it is.
Yeah.
As a woman, this is not even as a widow, as a woman.
A married woman,
I think
exactly.
Yes.
I think what we need to enlighten women about is even in the Bible, it
Mm-hmm.
said we are helpmates. It didn't say we are servants.
Yes.
We are not servants. So when
Mm-mm.
you sit at home cleaning, cooking, that means you are a servant.
Yeah.
But when you are helpmates of somebody, it means you contribute to the person's life.
Mm.
So how are you contributing into their life?
Mm-hmm.
For you to contribute, you too, you need to go out and you don't need to earn above your husband, but
Mm-hmm.
contribute something into that household.
Yes.
Because at the
Exactly.
end of the day, it's whatever you have in your hand that is your own.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not what your husband has that is yours. Your husband is only giving you.
Mm.
It's just an addition. Your
Yes.
husband's own is an addition. So women need to go out because a lot of women, when their husband died, this is why it's so difficult for them to move forward
Yeah.
because the husband was the sole breadwinner. Without the husband, they cannot even buy their pants. So
Mm.
when the man dies now, everything is zero. No school fees, no rent, nothing.
Nothing.
But by the time you are contributing a little, if anything like this shock come into your existence,
Mm,
you can back up yourself because you have something to fall back on.
mm,
Last one.
And as I keep telling people, if you have even in-laws, as you see me now, what I had when my husband was alive was less than what I have now when he has died. So if you have been able to support yourself before anything happens, by the time the person dies, you will be able to get up and increase your wages.
mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And even this in-law that are fighting you, that you are against you, let me tell you something. Like I keep telling people, if I want to remarry, me, I'm looking for Dangote or $10 Bill Gates, that kind
Mm-hmm.
of level. Because by the time I marry them, you see those in-laws that are still against me, they will come and prostrate in front of me.
Yes, that Bumi, please, we need money. Oh. I always pray for my enemy to come back and beg me for money to feed.
That is it.
Yeah.
So that is
That's how
why
to
we
pay
need
back.
to have, that is why we need to be able to get up,
Mm,
improve ourselves. Women, improve yourself. If you get married to your husband as a school start holder, you can improve yourself in business, you can improve yourself in educational level. There are different ways that you can improve yourself. Make sure you improve yourself. Don't stay stagnant.
thank
Stagnation
you.
is a disease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Sister Stella.
Yeah. Well, the only advice I want to give to women this time around, not widows,
Mm-hmm. Women, yes.
women, fine, children are a gift from God, but we
Mm,
should apply wisdom.
yes.
We should apply wisdom. You will see some of them, okay, I don't want to say they are looking for boy or probably they don't have girl. They will be
Mm-hmm.
giving birth like yearly. And in 7 years, they have 7 children.
Yep.
When the husband dies, they are gone.
Don't turn yourself into a pig. That's what she's telling you. Well, I mean, we have to be real. I'm telling you.
Use wisdom. I don't want to tell them how many kids to have, but like giving birth every year because you are not doing anything. For somebody that is working, she will not do that. It's because they are less busy. That's why I want to say it. They are just full-time housewives, so they can afford to be giving birth yearly. When the husband dies, you start looking for where to start because they don't even know their left from their right. They are not working and they have a lot of children, a lot of responsibilities. That is when you now see some of them sending their children away to be house help and
Mm-hmm.
be punished
Or
there.
living with family members.
Yes. But if you have like three, four, you can take care of them. If it means selling granite, you sell granite. We have people frying akara and they are making it. You fry
Yes.
and make it.
Baby
As long as
machine.
you
Somebody
are
said,
educated.
don't turn yourself into a baby machine.
Yes. That's just the only advice I want to give them because Sister Bumi said everything.
Yes. Sister Funke here said, absolutely. I was still stressing it to some ladies today that one of the worst things in a woman's life is to make herself a full-time housewife without having a source of livelihood. It is ungodly. Sincerely, I support that message. It is ungodly. Don't just be a lazy woman. Don't just stay home and say you are cooking. Don't just be
Mhm.
don't just be his house help. And you know some of these men, you think, oh, I'm taking care of them. You really taking care of them. Let me tell you, he has a confidence somewhere. That's why some of them have side chicks. Because you are
Yes.
not available for him to talk to. You are just cooking and cleaning all day long
Mhm.
and night. And by the time he comes home, you're already tired. You are already tired. She said something else. A woman must have a means of survival too. It is not fashionable and totally shameful for a woman to rely totally on the man. Every woman must work. Are you listening? The internet
Yeah.
has made life easy if it's giving you top money now. You know
Mm.
what? Apart from being dead, sometimes grief can be anything. A man can
Yeah.
just wake up today. Okay, for example, look at this pandemic time. People have lost their jobs. I'm not talking about small chicken change jobs. So I met somebody at the grocery store like a month ago, I mean, just looking at cute, very nice white men. I don't even know how we started that conversation. I think he did something and I said something, and then he said something and then I responded. Then he looked at me like, "Who are you?" As I told him my name. He said, "No, like the way you talk, you have a knowledge about something that I need you for." So I knew immediately because the way he was talking to me, it sounded like a depressed somebody. I said, I'm a life coach and a counselor. He said, maybe you are just the right person that I need. Somebody that has been making like 500,000 monthly, just woke up because of pandemic. He, he said, do you know my brother dropped grocery at my house last week? I said, what?
Sad.
Yes, really, really sad. So you can just imagine that kind of a situation. He did not die, but a woman and some of these white rich guys, their wives stay home like full time. So this is not an African thing alone. Stay,
Yeah.
most of them, they marry trophy wife. That's what I call them. They just stay home, look good, look fine, because Bobby is making money, she doesn't have to work. Do something. Make yourself useful as a woman. Volunteer at the church. Volunteer. Do something. Volunteer at your children's school. Don't just stay home and cook all day and clean all day. It is very, very depressing. So when any little thing happens, everything falls back on you. We're always at the receiving end. So make yourself useful for you. Be your own priority is giving you money. Me, I know how to save from soup money. Oh. Be taking 10 naira
Yeah.
out of that money. Somebody started a business from just taking $5 here, $2 here, and started a business. He said, Dr. I did not get a loan. Oh. It's the money that I've been taking. The husband is still alive, oh, but the husband lost a job. And she told the husband, because she called me and said, if I tell him this, would it be a lie? I said, what? He said, you know what? His money is the money. But I want to tell him it's a loan from the bank. I said, it's not lie. You know, some lie are good lies. Tell him, I mean, let's be honest. I said some lies are good lies. So you're a virtuous woman.
Yeah.
Because some men will say you cannot work, just stay at home because they can afford it. Me, a man cannot tell me to stay at home. I don't care if you're $10 or if you are Bill Gates. I will still be doing my thing online, or somehow I will still be making money. I have to make money. I have to make my own money. So if you're a woman listening and Oga said just stay at home, you see from that soup money, take 5 naira
Yeah.
today, take 10 naira tomorrow. Don't use your 10 fingers to eat. He will not notice, he will not know, because you will still cook eba. You will still make ogbono for him.
Yeah.
That was the money she brought out for the husband to start a business. And I said, don't just let him run it. Run the business together. So we have to be wise women. We have to be virtuous women. We have to be wise, really, really wise as women. Don't wait until something, boom, tragedy happens before you can know that you are supposed to be useful. My late father many times will ask, this is a comment. My late father many times will ask my late mother to borrow him money to pay our school fees. I knew when he borrowed, but never remember him paying back. It is true. Even as a child, when visitors come and they give me money, I'll go and hide it. Oh, my father will still say, or maybe you want to buy something. My dad will say, "Yeah, me new. Can I borrow some money?" Yeah, the money that they will not return. But at the same time, it's good to know that you save money, that you can put money aside. Please don't wait, because you don't want to be going around. A lot of women, somebody talked to me about a friend, like, Dr. O, you need to cancel this woman. She's very promiscuous. She's this, she's that. So I called the woman. She said, Dr. O, I have to pay for my children's school fees. You don't have to sleep with men to pay for your children's school fees. So don't be at that vulnerable position that you will be desperate now to be sleeping with men to pay your children's school fees. Are you getting my point? So let me read more comments. What advice do you have for a woman that wants to work, but the husband is not allowing her to? I'll let you ladies answer that.
Yeah, to me, when your husband says, all these things start from courtship. You don't just wake up one day and decide to marry a man. So when you are courting somebody, you need to discuss and know if you are going to be compatible. So
Mm-hmm.
why will you go into a marriage and the man has said you are not going to work and you did not settle it before courtship and you go into that marriage, you are going to have problem.
It
And
happens a lot, sister boy.
peradventure,
Mm-hmm.
yes, peradventure, you are already in the marriage and you are working and you get there and the man says
Yeah.
you don't work.
Mm-hmm.
I've had experiences from people like that
Yeah.
that share their story. There's a way you go about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a banker, he said you cannot work or government official. There are businesses you can do from your
On
house.
Yes.
exactly.
So you look for another avenue.
To make
Now,
money.
technology is so vast. You
Mm-hmm.
can go online and do business and
Yes.
generate money. There are different ways of generating wealth. So
Yeah.
if one door is closed because it doesn't want you to be going out, open
Mm-hmm.
another door for yourself.
That's it.
It
Mm,
doesn't mean you have to be in the office. It
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
doesn't mean you must have a shop far and be trading. I
Exactly.
bet no man will not allow the wife to have a small shop in front of their house and be selling
Mm-hmm.
something
Yeah.
because all they want is for you to look after the children and they want you to be accessible anytime they need you. So
Mm-hmm.
if you are working from home, no man is going to complain. It's just for you to look. That is why I believe so much in the word of God.
Yeah.
He has given us different gifts.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yes.
need to find out that gift that is inside you
What you're good
that you
at.
Yeah.
can use to create wealth for yourself.
That's
You
it.
might a
Exactly.
lot of people have certificates
Mm-hmm.
and they're not using it. As you
Mm-hmm.
see me, with all my certificates, I blow balloons, I do events, I tie chair, I wash plates because I
Yeah.
run an event. So it doesn't mean because I'm educated, I can't do all those things.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
look for another avenue to generate money
Mm-hmm.
and he will not be hungry. No man, and I repeat it, no man that you marry and before he comes home, you've already cooked soup. He'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you why you cook soup. The
Yeah.
man will say, yeah, what be
Thank
that,
you,
that man?
Oshie. Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's how it will end.
Yes. And then when he finished eating, you did not tell him you have headache is the reason you can't have sex.
Yes, so
Seriously. As long as you can take care of these two things, you're
Yeah.
making your money from your house. It will not
Exactly.
take off now, and make sure because sometimes some women we can just get out of hands. As long as you can take care of things that some men can be the extreme, I understand, but an average man would appreciate that you're taking care of the house because the reason some of them don't want you to work is for you to be able to take care of them and your children. As long as
Yeah.
they know you will take care of those things, make your money, you still respect him. Some men, they don't want you to make money because they don't want you to be the man.
Yeah.
Still maintain, even if you're making money than he is making, who cares? Don't let him know. Even if he knows, put your shoulder, right there at the bottom. Still maintain that is the man. Let
The
him
one in
know that
charge.
he's the man is in charge. Even though you are the neck that is holding the head, don't fight it. You don't need to fight. For the head, he's supposed to be the head. If your husband asks you not to get money, okay, we've already taken care of that. So let me see if we have more questions. Then I will ask you ladies to please just round up for us. Let me see if I can still read. You people still need to go ahead and share. Please, somebody will be blessed just listening to this. So I don't see any more question, or I'm just not patient to find any more questions. So I'm just gonna say, what advice do you have for someone that just lost a spouse, either man or woman?
my advice for anybody that just lost their spouse is this: take care of your mental health.
Thank you.
It is very, very important. That is
Important.
the only way you can overcome grief.
Mm,
Don't let anybody push you around. You
mm,
don't need to talk. You don't need to argue.
mm.
But make sure you create your own happiness. and you'll be okay.
Mhm. Let me read Sister Funke's, Pastor Funke's. She said, God is truly faithful to every woman. I believe so. He's giving us multitasking skills. We need to utilize it in our marriages.
Yeah.
Sincerely, that's my belief too. Even though
Yeah.
if you ask my husband now, he probably will tell you, oh, my wife is married to her profession. I don't understand. Honestly, he said that like last week or 2 weeks. I'm still going to ask him. Sincerely, I'm online and I just need to share that. Like, what is he talking about? I even told my friend, I said, did he just say that? Is that kind of, and some men are like this. Is my own husband is the kind that wants you there. He just wants to see you. I told him, I said, I will stop calling him baby. Maybe because I was calling him baby. So I think he's giving baby. Some men are like that. So you're the woman, like Pastor just said, you're the woman that will take care and make sure nothing is let loose. I always tell people I will try my best as a woman, as a wife, as a mother. Bring it on. I will tell God, like, God, you know, everything I was supposed to take care, I did. So you know you have to travel for work. Make sure there is food at home. Before Cam come from the other house to start cooking for him. You
Yeah.
know you have to go to, I mean, just do your own thing. You're blessed as a woman to multitask. You can
Yeah.
cook and still be on. I mean, I might be on the phone now and be cooking. You can be in your
Yeah.
kitchen cooking and be selling. I'll be in my kitchen cooking and still be telling somebody, okay, this is what herbs you need for your fibroid. So multitask. So you will not just be a useless woman. That is the cocoa of this matter. Either you are a
Yeah.
widow or a wife or a mother or somebody, you are a woman of purpose. You can do it more than you can imagine. God has given you that will, God has given you that skills. There is
Mm.
always something inside of somebody. That's what Sister Stella said. Before she takes up any case, we'll ask,
Yeah.
what can you do? Because what you can do, what you're passionate about, is what will make you strive. So you're not struggling for nothing. Me, either you pay me or not, it is easy for me to cancel people. I don't feel like I'm working. Either you pay me or not, I can be your coach. It does not take anything from me, but I gotta get paid for my service when I'm supposed to get paid for my service. So whatever is in you is what you use to make money. It's what you will
Yeah.
use to survive. Okay, so what advice? Because we've been talking and talking and talking. The society sometimes is they are the problem, and we are the society. What do you tell the society? Somebody listening, because sometimes somebody mentioned before, like, it is not really that there is poverty that will make in-law come and just bombard you. Ignorance. People are not knowledgeable. Somebody is dead. Somebody must have killed him. No, it's not all the time. I know what spiritual attack is, but it is not all the time. So, the society as a whole, what do you tell them? How do you present a widow to a society that we all live in?
Sorry, I didn't get that question.
Okay, how do you advise the
Okay.
society at large? Like you're both motivational speakers. How would you
Yeah.
present? Let's say you're just somewhere and they say, "Oh, come and talk about widowhood to the society." How do we see widows? How do we treat widows? That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. What the first thing I will tell them is there is no family on earth that will say they don't have a widow.
Oh yeah.
How I will want you to treat that widow that is not related to you the way you want the other family to treat the widow in your own family.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
That is one. Two,
Yeah.
there's this I want to say is our it's something we inherited from our forefathers that widows should be widowhood is like a taboo.
Mm.
Let them have a different mindset. Let them start seeing it that these people are humans. They are not costs.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
they can help them
Hmm.
to bring out as in the best in them, because you see, widowhood is a kind of a silent, um what should I use, that it's been suppressed in in our country. Okay, let me say in Africa, they don't really want to talk about that, the inhuman attitude, the inhuman treatment.
Mm-hmm.
They keep on suppressing it. Let society, especially the churches, even in the meeting, let them learn to talk about it and learn to see how they can mellow down on some of these inhuman attitude, inhuman treatments they
Mm-hmm.
met out to these widows.
Okay, Sister Bumi.
Okay, to the society at large,
Mm.
this is something that we need to understand. Every human being that ever gets married is a potential widow or widower.
Mm.
It might happen when you are young, it might happen when you are
And you're
old, but
old.
definitely when you decide to marry, one of you must leave before the
Mm.
other one. So
Mm.
we need to get into our thick skull that it might be your turn tomorrow.
So
Mm.
tomorrow.
So, and there is law of karma.
Mm-hmm.
The way you treat somebody today is coming back.
To
Even the
you.
Bible tells
Exactly.
us, it said, in the sins of the father, up
Mm.
to 10 generation,
Mm.
they will pay for it. So
Mhm.
remember, when you treat a widow or a widower bad, a widow bad,
Yeah.
you still have generation that are going to have widows among them.
Mm-hmm.
And the society we're even talking about, I'm going to talk to women.
Mm-hmm.
Women are our home problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
The man that is going to maltreat a widow
Mm-hmm.
has a wife at home.
As a wife
What is
at
the
home, and
wife
children and
doing?
daughters.
Exactly.
And
What
daughters.
is the wife doing?
Mm-hmm.
Are you allowing your husband to maltreat their brother's wife?
Mm.
As a woman, would you like the same thing to happen to you or your child, your daughter?
Mm.
These are the things that we need to start thinking about as the society at large. The
Mm.
society is you and I.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
not just something abstract.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be able to sit down among ourselves and
Mm.
treat human beings. The Bible tells us, it said, love your neighbor. I'm sorry,
That's
I'm a
yourself.
Christian if I'm
It's
talking
okay.
about
Go
church.
for it.
Bible.
Mm-hmm.
He said, love your neighbor as yourself.
Mm-hmm.
He did not say love your neighbor more than yourself. He said
Mm-hmm.
as yourself.
Ask
So,
yourself.
so whatever you want for yourself should be what you will do to others.
Mm.
And no, like Stella has said, you might say, she said the churches have a long way to go in all
Mm-hmm.
this thing because in Africa, we so believe in religion.
Oh yes.
Religion is what is
That's
shaping
what is
our
killing us.
lives. So,
Exactly.
so these religions should be used to
Positively.
change the system positively. It should be
Yeah.
used to change the perspective of human being. Because this widow we are talking about, it was mentioned many times in the Bible.
The Bible.
And
Mhm.
me, as somebody, I get angry with the church
Mm.
when it comes to widowhood because the church doesn't talk about the rich widows in the Bible. They
Yep.
only talk about roots that remarry. And no church member wants to marry a widow. And you come to the
Mm.
altar and you keep telling widows, remarry. You come to their house, tell them to remarry. You, pastor, you want to remarry when your wife died. You go and look for a beautiful young girl to
Oh
marry.
yes.
So why are you telling widows? This is part of what is wrong with the society.
Mm.
So they need to start talking about other widows in the Bible. There is Dorcas, there is Oprah, there's Tamara, there's Abigail, there's there's Anna, the prophet
Mm-hmm.
Anna. Talk about all these big time widows. We need to
Mm.
change
Yeah.
the face of widowhood in Africa.
In
Let
Africa.
us talk about widows that are rich. We don't want to hear about widows that are poor anymore. This is
Mm.
how you change the
Exactly.
mindset of
And widows
everybody. When
that
they
are
see
begging.
widows that are excelling,
Hmm.
then the society ways of treating widow will change. So these are the things that we need to impart into everybody.
Amen.
Our
Somebody.
perspective must change. Our
Amen.
mindset against widows must change.
Must
We
change.
must
Amen.
not see them as somebody that is caused. We must
Amen.
not see, because a lot of people don't want to come near widows because they believe your
At
husband
all.
died, you are cursed.
Mm,
So if you
Yeah,
come near
exactly.
me, my own husband too will die. We
Mm-hmm.
need to change all this mindset of the society. Let them understand that anybody can die at any time.
At
anytime.
any time.
The Bible has said it's appointed for a man to die
Like
once
once,
Once.
just
and
once.
after judgment. So the death, because you marry somebody doesn't mean you will die the same day.
Mm,
Even Taiwo and Kende that was born on the same day, they don't die on the same day.
At
mm.
And
all.
when we signed that marriage certificate, I still remember they told me till death do you part.
You part.
Path.
So death must do somebody part. This is
Part.
the message for
At
the
some point in
society.
life, yes.
Yes, at some point in life, death must do you part. So when
Mm-hmm.
you know that death will do you part, then respect people that death has parted them and their spouse
Mm,
because you don't know when your turn will come.
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 Mindset, perspective, these are the things that needs to be changed.
Thank you, Sister Bumi. Thank you. Pastor Shalua said, I wonder why women are women's problems. Honestly, like Sister Bumi said, that man that came has a wife at home or a daughter at home. So treat people the way you want to be treated. If your
Treated.
husband dies today, what you just did to your brother's wife, you know what? Would you want somebody to do that to you? I'm talking to
Definitely.
women pretty much. And then when it comes to remarry, somebody called me. She's a widow, very young, pretty lady, professional. And one brother just wanted to marry her at the church. And brother went to the pastor like, oh, sister so, I like her. Pastor said, do you know she's a widow? True life story, I'm
Wow.
telling you. Do you know
Wow.
she's a widow? And brother said, yes, now I know she's a widow. Ah, all these beautiful young single ladies at the church, you cannot marry any one of them. Why do you want to marry a widow? A pastor of the church. And the guys said, okay, can you give me one reason that I cannot marry her, except that she lost her husband? Give me any other reason, then I will reason with you. Pastor couldn't say anything except that she's a widow. So all you widows listening to me, or where's Auntie Naomi's comment? I wanted to read that comment. If you desire to get married, touch yourself up. I'm telling you, Sister Bumi
Yeah.
mentioned mental health. I'm a counselor too, and I know most times the only thing stopping you is yourself. Nobody is stopping you but you. Your husband is already there, 10 years, you're still waiting. If you desire, it's not everybody that wants to remarry, but if you desire to marry, my husband's people said I cannot remarry. Really? Are they your God? Do you my first question to widow is this: do you desire to remarry? Yes, Dr. O. Then go for it. What is stopping you? You're the only one stopping yourself. Whatever you can do for yourself, begin to do it. Touch yourself up, dress well, look good. And because your husband is dead,
Oh,
that's why you still have your hair that you did like 20 years ago. How do you want this other man to see you? You still mourning, or you have never even mourned. Why are you still mourning after 10 years? Leave that man. I told my husband, oh, when I thought I wanted to die, when I thought I was dying, I told him, I said, when I'm gone, I know you will take care of my kids. If you don't, my spirit will not allow you to rest. But if you desire to marry, don't think
Yeah.
for me. Live for you. I am gone. Let my memory continue to celebrate my memory. That's all I need from you.
Yeah.
But don't just sit there and be thinking, what will she think? She is gone. Let her be. Let her rest. It is gone. Let her rest and begin to live. For me, I know some spirits in the grave self, they're evil. They're evil. If your husband is not the one that killed you, or if your wife is not that killed you, why won't you want her to marry, remarry, and live and just fulfill her home purpose? Sincerely, that's what I think. Nice submission. My mother, who is 82 years now, became a widow at the age of 48 years. She went through a lot of persecution from my father's family. But to God be the glory. She's one of the rich widow. I am so happy to read this. She's one of the rich widow, even till now. A very hardworking woman. That's the reason I stress that every woman must have her own means of survival. Thank you, Pastor Funke, for saying that. Because you lost a spouse doesn't mean you're supposed to be wretched. Because your husband is dead doesn't mean, I know somebody, God did not even bless her until the man died.
Yes.
And she didn't even have the opportunity to get loan from the bank. It was just like selling puff puff, taking rice to sell to teachers at school. This lady, she is in money now. I'm talking about money. Like she is rich. So things happen for purposes that you don't
It's
know.
purpose.
That you don't
Exactly.
know. So free yourself, enjoy your
Exactly.
life. If you want to remarry, remarry. If you don't want to remarry, then touch yourself up. Go to school. Go back to school. You are always making fun of me, Dr. Okile and Wakiri. What are you still doing in school? Because I'm still enjoying being in school. Go and do what you enjoy to do. Go and do something good for yourself. Begin to live again. If you are in a bad marriage, I tell women this all the time. See me, I will only take that moment to think about it. The moment I process it, success is the finest revenge. That's the way I see it.
Revenge.
That
Exactly.
you're
Yes.
treating me for what? I will go back to school because of you. The $10 I am making before, I would triple it just to show you that, you know what, with or without you, I can live. But with you in my life, praise God, hallelujah, somebody. If you're not there, I'm not praying for you to die. I can still live. Every woman should have that. It's good. We're helpmates. So be the helpmate, but think for yourself. Be your own person. Have your own identity. That is why some women cannot just move on when husband is dead, because that man is her identity. She's Mrs.
Identity.
Be somebody. Let them call you by your name. Let them know you for who you are. Let them know you like, oh, Dr. O, this is who she is. Not because I have a husband or I don't have a husband. Not because you have a wife or you don't have a wife. Some men, they are messed up without their wife in their lives. Be your own
Mm-hmm.
person. Live for you. We don't pray for a spouse to die, but live for you. That is the only survivor ticket that I'm going to give you. If you don't remember anything we've said for 2 hours, live for you.
For
I'm going to
you.
pass with you with that. If my husband died before me, he go day in level. I wish to come back when he see me. Sincerely, Auntie Naomi, that's my 62-year-old auntie.
Yes,
Hallelujah,
now.
somebody. Let that man sit in the grave and be saying, wow, Aduka is
At
still looking
least.
fine. Busola is still looking fine. It's not because I want to go and marry or anything. I want to live my purpose. Everybody, sincerely, it's funny now we're talking about it. God created everybody for a purpose. When
Exactly.
you came with your own purpose. You finding the right man and living is the purpose of God. You can fulfill your purpose better because you are with the right person. If that person is still there or not, you should still continue to live your purpose.
Exactly.
So, whatever or however you don't understand what we've said today, live your purpose. With or without a man, live your purpose without no sense of entitlement. But I'm still going to capitalize on what Sister Stella said. Sense of entitlement. You are a widow, so what? If you see the way people will bombard my inbox, I'm a widow. I understand. I know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what do you want me to do? So thank you. Listen to this. Will add complimentary. Listening to this will add complimentary to the soup and chin chin for the widows. Okay. Well, Bumi has been waiting. Last week, there were supposed to be winners for a pot of soup. She's the caterer that will cook it. So she's losing money if nobody shows up to claim my prize. So this week, I don't even know if I still want to give soup because I have 50,000 for a widow this week that can empower you. I'm not going to be the one that will pick you.
Wow.
I know we have some widows here. I know Fumi Beola. She's my, back to back, bumper to bumper. And sincerely, when I give now, I'm going to give to my supporters, to my followers. You cannot just come and sign now. Every time you see that Dr. want to give money away, now you want me to add you to my friends. I know my people. I know the people that have been following me for years. And that's what
Wow.
I will begin to do now. So admin will pick a widow here that will win the 50,000 naira. In naira, oh, I pray that I can give that in dollars one day. To give somebody $50,000. If you are a widow, just leave a comment on this trend what you can do with 50,000 naira, and we'll get back to you. And then I have another one on my wall. That's 2 million naira. If you see my inbox, even me, I can use that 2 million naira. And somebody said, Dr. O, are you insane? I said, no, I'm not insane. You can use that money. I know. I actually needed that money. Was the reason the lady said, Dr. O, take this and go and use. I know why I did not take it from her now. Because when I need that money, 2 million is not what I need. I need, if I see 20 million, if she had said, Dr. O, take 20 million, I would have taken that, I would have taken that, but I don't want temptation to distract me from what I am doing presently. When I'm done with my licensing, then I need that 20 million. She's listening to me now, sister. Thank you for the 2 million. I need 20. And I know God will use somebody to give me that money
Amen.
Amen.
as a gift. So I am sewing that 2 million. She wants to give it as a loan. I have the write up on my wall. Some people are there scrutinizing your comments. So if you like the joke, from out of the people that asked for 100,000, once his auntie called me this morning, she wants to give 100,000 to somebody, and she said it is not a loan. I'm going to give it to this person. She already picked the person she wants to give the money. So you just don't know.
Wow.
Don't come on my wall and be joking around. I have told you, the angels that are working with me, they don't know jokes, so they don't play. They are very, very serious-minded angels. So somebody has picked somebody, and somebody has said, Dr. O, I have some money that I can loan out to. So 2 million may become 5. I don't know yet, but we started something. So if you are a widow comes first, because they are the reason I want to do this. Widow comes first, and because we're doing the show today, go on that my wall, put your comments there. I've told you, if you send me an inbox, I am not reading it. I don't have time. I don't have time. So after they have read everything, they will pick. And I've Nigerian being who we have, if I take this 2 million naira loan and somebody ran away with it, would I be able to pay the person back the money? So I said, I'm not giving one person 2 million. I still don't know how we're going to divide that money, but definitely there's a 2 million naira loan that is going to be distributed. Maybe we give 20 people 100,000. Maybe we give 4 women 500. I don't know yet, but I'm sitting on 2 million naira loan. So if you are a widow and you know that you're not a lazy widow, because you will pay this money back, this is not a grant, this is a loan. If you know you have, because you will do your business proposal, I'm not going to make it easy for anybody on this one, because it's my name on the line.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Auntie Fumi is calling me. It's my name on the line. So I'm going to get professionals to sit down and look at your business proposal and see if you deserve the money or not. It's as simple as that. But admin will let me know who wins the 50,000 naira right now. Okay. So your own will come very fast. I have it 50,000 naira sitting down there. And somebody gave me that money. Okay. Somebody, Auntie Mo, we're online. I'll call you as soon as I'm done, ma. Somebody gave me that 50,000. I could spend this. When people give me money, oh my goodness, this is my auntie. Auntie, I'm online. Oh, the money is there. It's a gift, and I'm going to give it to a widow to empower a widow. Okay, so that's that for that. Give some love to my guest. You have done really, really well. I'm really, really proud of you. You did not just sit down there and be crying on how you will feed yourself and the children. You braced yourself up. Sister Bumi said she went back straight to school. That's how you can be sane. Sister Stella, and they're doing great things for women, for widows. That's what I want to hear. These are the kind of people me I want to be in my inner circle. So I sincerely appreciate you for coming. Please talk to this man, even if it's just one. I can have somebody at the end of August to come and talk because I was shocked when you said men are treated like this. To me
Yes, I'll
personally,
bring them on.
as an African woman, I did not expect that. I didn't see that coming. So when you don't hear things, what you know, you don't know. And I want people to be enlightening. That's the reason I'm doing these shows. It's not easy on me at all, but at least I know for the 2 hours we have spent today, somebody has been blessed. So I sincerely thank you. I appreciate you. May God bless you. May God bless your ministry. If you need him anytime, please call on me. I am available. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I'm gonna release you to let you go because I still have. Thank you, Sister Bumi and Sister Stella. God continue to
You're welcome.
strengthen you. I pray for Pastor Funke said, I pray for strength for your guests. May God continue to uphold them in Jesus' name, and so shall it be.
Amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, in
I'm
your group,
honored.
is this one group or different groups? Do you have separate groups or you are in one group?
We do one group together, and Stella also minister to the villagers
Oh, do you go to your village or where?
No, where I stay.
in Agbara, the villages close to Agbara in Lagos State, in Ogun State. Sorry.
Whoa.
Ogun.
Oh, okay.
But I'm
Wow.
an admin.
So in a group.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So God bless you. For those women that you are empowering, I have another 50,000 for you. It's gonna come. It's for sisters
Wow, thank you, Doctor O.
to bless one of
Thank
your
you.
villagers. I know a
Thank
All
villager.
you.
right.
I know I'm not saying distribute for 5 people because I like my instruction to be carried out.
No
50,000
problem.
Wonderful.
will be happy to use it than for 5 people to share it and it's like Atifowo Jeon. Okay.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
have 50,000 for one of your villagers. And Sister Bumi,
Okay.
you have another 50,000 for one of your group members.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Wow.
much.
Thank
And
you
Thank
very
Pastor
much.
you.
Funke
Thank
said,
you.
Pastor Funke said, I'm supporting each of them with 10K. So you have 60,000
Woo!
each.
Wow.
Woo!
Thank you
Woo!
very much. We appreciate.
Thank you, Pastor Funke. God bless you. She's always just coming to support no matter what. And
Thank
I
you.
have people like that. You will not see them on my posts commenting, but they see everything that I post. They see my videos and they will just come through the back door because I'll be like, and I know we probably will still have some more money. Like, Dr.O, let me put some money too. So 60 may become 100. I don't know, but if they donate, I will give it. That's my own. So we sincerely appreciate everything that you're
Thank you very
doing.
much.
God bless you. May God bless you. I don't even know what to say. Thank you for everything that you're doing. God is the only one
Thank
that
you.
can
I
do
feel honored. I'm really grateful too.
it.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having us here today. We really
Thank you.
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Thank you.
And
Someone
everybody that is listening to us, thank you for listening to us and thank you for your
Thank you.
donation. We'll come back and tell you what they use it for.
amen.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I
Thank you
like
very
to
much.
get feedbacks and encourage other women too. So thank you sincerely. We thank you. So I'm going to allow you to leave. I know, I still have another 10 minutes to advertise Pomo and stuff. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Good
Thank you
night.
so much, Dr.
Good
O. I really
night.
Good
appreciate.
night.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
All right,
Love
bye.
you.
Love you too. Okay. Let me see. Okay, now we're back, and I just have 10 minutes to advertise some of my people, and then thank you again. I sincerely am happy that we can do this. People need to hear live story, true life stories, sometimes, so things are happening. Okay. And for me, one thing that I did not think or knew was her telling me men go through this too in Africa. And that's why I said I want to bring a widower to come and share his own experience too. So thank you for joining me this afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much, everyone. We love you all. Okay. Auntie Bumi, kudos. Okay. Yes, mommy, you can, ma. We will be glad to host you, ma'am. What was that question? I don't know. I don't know that question. Auntie Dami, what was that question? Who are you hosting? Anyway, I just want to quickly advertise, because for me, when I give money like this, people give me gifts. Sometimes they will give me, pay Dr.O, go and enjoy yourself. For me, it's okay, so let me give it to somebody that needs it. And you may think, is she that rich that she will not even keep anything in her account? When it comes to my foundation, God knows how he's blessing me. God knows how the money is coming in. It's been a long time. You can realize that I've not asked for donation in a long time. There's a reason for that, okay? But, some of the things that I've been doing, people will just send me messages, Dr. I want to donate money. Dr. Is actually the first 50,000 was somebody just turned 40. And she said, Dr. there is no party, nothing. Can you just take this 50,000 naira and give it to somebody? I said, okay, give me, I will give to people. That's the thing with me. I'm not going to keep it in my account because I need money. That's not the money for me. So if you donate, I will give it out. If you say this is 2 million, Dr. I want to bless your ministry. That 2 million, I'll bring it online and say, oh yeah, you, my followers, we have money to distribute. We have money to spend. And that's what I did with that 2 million. Somebody sent me a message like, Dr. Share Gbaduni. How can you not use that 2 million? I need it. It is not time yet. And the person said she wants to bless. So why should I keep that money till next year that I'm ready? I can't even travel. I'm not going to send 2 million to somebody now and say, go. So please understand me. When I do things, I have my reasons for doing whatever I do. Sometimes when you correct me, I may reason with it, but when it's an instruction from God or an inspiration from God, just pray for Dr. That's all you need to do. Don't worry about me. God is the one taking care of me sincerely. You just don't know. So thank you for all the donations. I appreciate you. Pomo Lawanta. This pomo is sold by one of my admin. She's a widow. As Auntie be doing something, she's packing pomo. See, this is still some of the pomo I have in my freezer. I'm not the one selling pomo. I am just advertising for her. And thank you everyone that has bought this pomo. She's happy. I am happy. You are happy because this is clean pomo. Even my husband said, pomo yena is gone, yo. Very, very. This is all this is $10. When you buy this, you are helping a widow. You are helping a widow. It is not free, but when you patronize her, you are blessing her. She's not lazy, okay? And that's what some of these people, they want to work. They don't know what to do. This is one person packing pomo. I am selling Igbin too. It is not my own. I have posted the video and the phone number on my wall. I just saw that she's selling Igbin and I wanted to eat Igbin. Later, I realized this lady, she has even donated to my widow's fund. I just did not know. So, Kama, do good. It will come back to you. So, Lafunki is the one selling Igbin. She stays in Texas, Houston. She can mail it to anywhere in the United States. So, we are selling Igbin. We are selling Momo. And hey, this is my own product. Irish moss. If you don't know what to do at this time to build your immunity, Irish moss is one thing that everybody needs at home. This is the way it comes. It's raw like that, like spaghetti. You have to wash it, rinse it, and blend it to become jelly. One a day. And this thing is good for radiation too. If you have any issue with radiation and you see this COVID has to do with radiation and stuff like that, or this one that you're panicking, 5G is radiation, just 2 tablespoons a day. Add it to anything. If you love beans or if you don't love beans, put Irish moss in your beans. Trust me, your children will eat. That source of protein for them. Another thing is this immune booster has been doing wonders since COVID started. This is my own product. This is my own proverb. When I sincerely tell you that God inspires some of these my herbs, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm looking for solution. God will just say, mix this, add this, add this. This is how this immune booster came. So either you have COVID or you have had it or you have never had it. It is good to just keep your immune up there. Continue to build your immune system. You had it before, you can still have it again. So don't just rush out there and be messing up and be messing around, especially Americans and Nigerians. I don't know why you cannot stay in your home. Stay home and keep safe, please. We are begging you. Me, I'm making money. I will sell you the COVID-19 agbo. I have it. It will cure it. It will prevent it. But I want you alive to even drink agbo. Stay at home, please. And this is my cinchona pack, back, Epo Guinea. This is if you have COVID, every 6 hours, just mix this with water or pap. You're fine. You don't need to go to the hospital. Okay, quote me if you want to quote me. So many people have used that. And if you want the original agbo, yes, it's coming on the way. I don't even have any now. That's how fast it gets here, it's gone. And sometimes I don't order them until you order them because I don't have any reason to order them here. So what else have we not talked about? Anti-damning, I will chat with you later. Okay, Irish moss is a must for every home. It's a must. I'm telling you, when I started selling Irish moss on Facebook, people were like, what is this? Now I see all these big companies selling it, and none of them is even selling at my price. The cheapest you can see is like $30, $39. One even says $67 for just 8 ounces of Irish moss. That is how good this herb is. How good. I treat everything like long. This is my job. I am very passionate about this, and I've been packing my own capsule, been doing my own thing. I still sell for Swiss Guard, but when it comes to my own products, I am so proud of myself and my team. We're working around the clock, and that's why I said I don't need that money now, because when I need it next year, if I want 20 million. I want somebody to give me 20 million. Say, Dr.O, that your rebranding that you want to do, take this 20 million, go and use it. That's the kind of money me I'm praying for, okay? So God bless you, everyone. Auntie Dami, what have we not said? I'm running out of gas. I am very hungry. What have we not said? Okay, let me show you my book. This book is very important because, I don't have any money in the bank. My business is what I'm using to support my foundation. You see this book, God just made it happen when it happened. And God provided the money for me to invest to publish this book. And I said, and you'll get the 20 million in Jesus' name. Amen. Eshe Mami, thank you. I pray. Honestly, something just told me, you don't need that 2 million now. Let the people that need it use it. I'm giving you more. And sincerely, I believe that 20 million will happen at the right time that I need it. So enjoying sexual bliss in your marriage. I just published this book on my birthday, and I said all profit. I think I said 70%. Now, honestly, whatever is going to my foundation. I've invested in the book. I'm not waiting for money from the book to eat, praise God. But somebody can use the money from the book. So when you buy one of my book, you know that whatever profit comes with the book is going to empower somebody. Some people, that I don't want to make her rich. Hey, you're helping somebody, you're blessing a soul. Okay, you are blessing a soul. So buy book, so we can keep blessing people. I am begging you. I've been so busy, I've not been advertising, but we have vendors and distributors in Nigeria. You can buy the book on Amazon.com. You can go to Barnes and Nobles and get the book. Okada.com. That's a Nigerian thing. You can download the ebook from there. The book is available on Kindle. And guess what? The audio book, I have been told, is ready. That one will launch anytime from now. For some of you that don't like to read, but you like to listen, just put it in your room. You want to sleep at night or in your car, and let the beautiful, sexy, I don't know if it's a publisher to read this woman. I mean, her voice alone is sensual enough for you to just, oh, I want to read this book. So you will not be wasting your money. So anyhow, just buy this book. It will do you good. It will bless your life. Apart from marriage, it will bless your life. It's like a reference book for me. I still, and I have my own signed copies. If you want my own signed copy, it's $25. We'll get it to you within the US or anywhere I can mail it. So if you're, thank you, Pastor Funke. If you want my own autograph, signed whatever copy, is $25, including postage. Postage is not easy now. Hey. All the money I'm using for postage, if I save it, I will build a new house within 6 months. I'm telling you, USPS. So that's it for today. Auntie Dami, what have I forgotten? I need to go and eat eba from the igbin and pomon that I made. Oh, Pastor Shalewa, I am putting it in your mouth, in your face. Okay, so our soap too. Oh, our soap. Those are my distributors. We have soap. I have it here. I forgot. You see this soap? The way I have been stressed lately, it is this soap that is saving my life. I'm telling you. Skin Lightening African Black Soap. It is not bleaching, but it will just clean you out and make you glow. It will, I will not lie about it. It will have 1 or 2 shades to your color. So you can tone up a little. Then we have the Ebony Black. For black, you don't want any tone, you don't want anything. Just be glowing, and they will be asking you, what's $1 million? And yes, you have, because that's what this soap will do to you. It will change. I mean, I like to just rub my hands. You can imagine what my husband will be doing with this skin. I'm telling you, I'll just do this. I'll be rubbing my own hand. It will just make you glow like that. What else are we forgetting? Let me play the music. Let me play the.
Come on.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
Sex isn't overrated. You just need to do it right. Sex is God's special gift for every married couple. Yet, not many marriages are enjoying its pleasures and possibilities because of wrong attitudes, beliefs, and approaches. Regardless of how things have been between you and your spouse in the bedroom, you're both about to be fired up for a sweeter, stronger, and more passionate level of sexual intimacy. I am Olubusola Olufemi. I am a marital coach, and
That's
I have
my
written
name.
a book to help your bedroom ministry. In this book, you will discover God's beautiful purpose for creating sex, multi-dimensional benefits of frequent lovemaking, proven strategies for building and strengthening intimacy in your home, powerful insights on the differences between male and female sexualities, creative techniques for enjoying mind-blowing sex, sizzling secrets for spicing up your sex life, real-life sexual challenges of married couples and their solutions. You can get the book at www.amazon.com/DP195209841. If you want it in Nigeria, call Lola on 0806 051 9109 or Tommy on 0802 914 3524.
Hallelujah. Okay, I'm just advertising for my ladies and every Monday because we all must flourish together. Honestly, you all must be okay. Gbogbo wa gbọ́dọ̀ wà okay. If you're not okay, I don't know why you are not okay. Gbogbo wa gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe kíni, a gbọ́dọ̀ wà okay. Are you getting my point? So this is everything you see here I made, and I have distributors for them. All these ladies are selling my products. Okay? So don't just sit at home and think, please, I need 2 of the Ebony Black soaps. See, market done the land. Don't just sit at home and be saying you don't have money. With this internet and everybody at home, working from home, start working from home. Those people that have been working from home before COVID, now they don't even feel it. So some of us are still working from home. Begin your own business. This is the thing that I can do. And I have people distributing it for me. If you don't know what to do, you can get stuff from somebody and sell for them. Don't just come on Facebook and be doing Facebook fracas and be jumping from one blogger to the next. You know everything. You spend 5 hours just wasting your data. Post somebody. Trust me. You know, sometimes I may advertise for 1 week. Somebody may not say kill enter. I don't care. I will keep putting it in your faces. One day you will remember that your colleague at work have arthritis. One day you will remember that Dr. O said she's making carrot oil. One day you will remember that, oh, this is your skin, what can I use? Dr. O is selling soap. One day you will remember that Dr. O says she wants to bless widows with her proceed from her book. You will buy the book and buy it. You don't need to wait until you have problem, you have issues. So all these, my ladies, I'm not mentoring lazy people. Bumi is making soup. You don't want to cook, you don't feel like cooking, you want to bless somebody. I send that money from here. Go and surprise somebody with your own pot of soup. They don't have to cook. Go and give somebody birthday cake. Okay, so Bumi Ademoroti will cook the soup to go and deliver. You don't need to live in Nigeria. Bless somebody with a bowl of soup. What else are we selling? How can I be your distributor? You just hearing for the first time. I'm a distributor. Location Agege. Tinuka is a distributor. She's in Agege. I have distributors in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, in Ibadan, in Lagos, Abeokuta. Just stay at home and make money. You don't. We even do drop shipping. We cannot pay for you. You don't need to touch anything. You'll be making 3,000, 2,000 on one product. Like be life. Even me that I'm doing the wahala. Sometimes I don't make all this money. Do you get my point? Please do something. You're not useless. Nobody is useless. You can do something. If you can be on Facebook, you can sell something. Who else is selling something? Before I get off, go on our wall. There's a post for distributors. Click on the link. Well, send me a message or send me a WhatsApp message. Yes. What else are we selling? We talk about Poma, we talk about Igbin, pot of soup. I have another, my niece too is in Ibadan. I send her money to go and surprise people. She cooks. I mean, this girl, she's serving presently. She has all these sort of businesses. She's a dry cleaner. She's a caterer. She will fry chin chin and fry puff puff. Tell me, which man is going to do yonga to her? Nobody. Are you getting my point? Be your own person. That's all I got to say. Thank you, everyone that has donated one thing or the other. We bless you. I mean, the Lord continue to bless you. Thank you, my viewers. I'll be back next week. Next week is the last Friday of the month. We usually have 3 days prayer and fasting every 3 months. So the 3 months is going to be this July. So I have a lady coming. She's a songwriter. She's a gospel singer. She lives in Nigeria. She's going to give us live studio praise and worship. That Friday will be the last day of our 3 days prayer and fasting. You can join us. We are audacious women of purpose, and then intimate issues with Dr.O. So pray, God will answer you with your clean heart. What is the Oyibo for that? So join us. We pray, we work hard. God will bless your hands. He will bless everything that you lay your hands on. Join me next week. It's going to be all party here, praising God. Okay, I'm believing for miracles. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I leave you with a peace of God. By the time we meet again next week, you will come with full testimonies in Jesus' name. Thank you again, my guest. I bless you. I thank you. May the Lord continue to bless you and bless your efforts on these women that you're ministering to in Jesus' name. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. Good night. Let me blow kiss. You have not kissed me today, but me, I will not mind. Let me just throw you kisses.